What's going on, guys? Thanks for watching. Keep calm and game on. We're back reacting to some more news things that happened today. We might be playing some video games later, so if you're a fan of video games, stick around for that. But yeah, I guess Trump had a news conference today, press conference today, and he's talking about the Supreme Court birthright citizenship ruling, as well as taking questions from the press. I think this is like an hour-long press conference. I haven't seen it yet. This happened today. This is June 27th, 2025. So yeah, we're just going to hop in and check this out. Let me just make sure my audio is up and running. Okay, looks like we're good. We're good there. We got the chat going so I can read you guys' comments. But yeah, if you are watching this live, feel free to drop some comments and I will try to read as many as I can. But we are just going to hop in and listen to what Trump has to say. So let's go.
Well, this was a big one, wasn't it? This was a big decision. An amazing decision, one that we're very happy about. This morning, the Supreme Court has delivered a monumental victory for the Constitution, the separation of powers, and the rule of law.
I feel like it's been a minute since he's done one of these, but this should be interesting.
To interfere with the normal functioning of the executive branch. The Supreme Court has stopped the presidency itself. That's what they've done. And really, it's been an amazing period of time this last hour. There are people elated all over the country. I've seen such happiness and spirit. Sometimes you don't see that, but this case is very important. I was elected on a historic mandate, but in recent months, we've seen a handful of radical left judges effectively
some crazy judges,
the rightful powers of the
crazy judges doing crazy
stop the
things.
American people from getting the policies that they voted for in record numbers. It was a grave threat to democracy, frankly, and instead of merely ruling on the immediate cases before them, these judges have attempted to dictate the law for the entire nation.
Is Trump going to call out all these judges?
One of the nearly 700 federal judges disagreed with the policy of a duly elected
I think he's going to call out some people.
States, he or she could block that policy from going into effect or at least delay it for many years, tie it up in the court system.
But not anymore, boys.
This was a colossal abuse of power,
not anymore.
Which never occurred in American history prior to recent decades. And we've been hit with more nationwide injunctions than were issued in the entire 20th century together. Think of it, more than the entire 20th century. Me.
That's a lot.
I'm grateful to the Supreme Court for stepping in and solving this very, very big and complex problem, and they've made it very simple. I want to thank Justice Barrett, who wrote the opinion brilliantly, as well as Chief Justice Roberts, and Justices Alito, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Thomas. Great people. Thanks for this decision, and thanks to this decision, we can now promptly file to proceed with numerous policies that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis. And some of the cases we're talking about would be ending birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves. It wasn't meant for people trying to scam the system and come into the country on a vacation.
So wait, they ended birthright citizenship? That's like a big deal, right?
The exact same date, the end of the Civil War.
That's pretty big.
Meant for the babies of slaves, and it's so clean and so obvious. But this lets us go there and finally win that case, because
Travis, how you doing, man?
Thousands of people are pouring into our country.
Travis Wixon. How goes it, man?
And it wasn't meant for that reason. It was meant for the
How goes it, bro?
babies of slaves. So thanks to this decision, we can now promptly file to
Welcome to the channel.
These numerous policies and those that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis, including birthright citizenship, ending sanctuary city funding, suspending refugee resettlement, freezing.
If you're just tuning in, guys, we are watching the press conference that Trump did about 9 hours ago. I haven't seen it yet, so we're just kind of getting caught up. But yeah, some interesting things have been happening, I suppose. So we're just going to keep going.
Unnecessary funding, stopping federal taxpayers from paying for.
Hello from Palestine. How you doing, man? Ziggy, hey, how goes it, Ziggy?
Priorities of the American people. We have so many of them. I have a whole list. I'm not going to bore you, and I'm going to have Pam get up and.
How goes it, Ziggy? Like the name, by the way.
She can talk as long as she wants, because this is a very important decision. This is a decision that covers a tremendous amount of territory. But I want to just thank again the Supreme Court for this ruling. It's a giant. It's a giant. And they should be very proud, and our country should be very proud of this.
If you're just tuning in, guys, drop some comments. I'm going to try to read as many
to,
as I can.
Listen to the words of Pam Bondi.
Hey there, Donald Trump's bodyguard. How you doing, Arlo F90s?
And, as you know, Todd Blanche is
How's it going, man?
And we have so many others that worked on this case.
America.
And other cases.
Solo Wondolo says, America.
Pam, please say a few words.
America.
Thank you, President Trump. Thank you for fighting for all
Iran attacks, Israel attacks, too much
Americans
war.
Are finally
I feel you,
getting
man.
What they voted
Hopefully
for.
things start
No longer
mellowing
will we
out
have
soon.
Rogue judges striking down President Trump's policies across the entire nation. No longer. Today, in the 6-3 opinion, Justice Barrett correctly holds that the district court lacks authority to enter nationwide
Booyah.
universal injunctions.
That's a big deal.
These lawless injunctions gave relief to everyone in the world instead of the parties before the court. As the Supreme Court held today, they turned district courts into
Hey, Arlo, thanks for subscribing, bro.
Judiciary. Active liberal judges have used these injunctions to block virtually all of President Trump's policies.
But not anymore.
To
They
put
can't
this in
block us anymore,
perspective,
can they?
there are 94 federal judicial districts. 5 of those districts throughout this country held 35 of the nationwide injunctions. Think about that. 94 districts and 35 out of the 40 opinions with nationwide injunctions came from 5 liberal districts in this country. No
Get them
longer.
out. Get them out.
No
Fire
longer.
those judges.
These
Get rid of them.
injunctions have blocked our policies from tariffs to military readiness to immigration to foreign affairs, fraud, abuse, and many other issues. The judges have tried to seize the executive
If you're
branch's
joining us for the
power,
first time,
and
welcome
they
to the channel.
cannot do that.
Consider hitting
longer.
that subscribe button
No
if you want to stay up to
and
date.
on immigration, on a side note, today marks 2,711 arrests
Dang.
on these terrorists and these gangs.
That's a
Total
lot of arrests.
today with HSI investigations. And thank you, Stephen Miller. Thank you to Homeland Security. Thank you to everyone working hand in hand.
Homeland
with the
Security's
FBI
doing their
on
job.
all of
ICE
these
is doing their job.
transnational
Everyone's
gangs.
just
TDA has been a
Everyone's
huge
doing it,
terror to
boys.
our country, as well as MS-13, as well as Sinaloa cartels. No longer.
If you're a
No
gang
longer.
member in
These injunctions
in the
have
US,
allowed district
you're
court
shaking in your
judges
boots
to
right
be
now. You're like,
emperors.
oh crap,
They
Trump ain't
vetoed
playing.
all of President Trump's
Trump
powers,
ain't messing,
and
boys.
they cannot do that. This has been a bipartisan problem that has lasted 5 presidential terms, 5 different presidents, and it has ended today. We will continue to fight for President Trump's policies.
Yeah,
I wanna
boys.
thank the Office of White House Counsel, Dave Warrington. You and your staff have been incredible. Our Solicitor General's office.
There's like a
John
fly
Fowler,
crawling
Sarah Harris,
on the microphone
and
over
Todd
here. I
Blanchard
don't know if you
and
guys saw that.
Maloney. Todd's going
Like
to
a little
say
fly
few
crawling
words
up.
because we've had another major ruling today on transgender books and some other great wins that we've had. But no longer will they have this power in our country. It is the president.
America needs to secure borders better. Yeah.
Branch.
I mean, as far as I know, like there's been the least amount of border crossings like in a very long time. I think this was probably the lowest in history
Thank you.
currently coming in. But Biden let in like, 20 million in his 4 years. So even if we completely shut things down at the border like we have, it's going to take a while to kind of go through all the people that Biden let in. A lot of those people are probably, fine people. But some of them, maybe not. Maybe not.
For every American in this country. If not for the injunctions case, we would be here
Definitely need
talking
better
about
vetting,
another
right?
great decision that came down today, the trans books case, which restores parents' rights to decide their child's education. Seems like a basic idea, but it took the Supreme Court to set the record straight, and we thank them for that. And now that ruling allows parents to opt out of dangerous trans ideology and make the decisions for.
Oh,
their
that's good,
children
right? That gives
they
that
believe
gives
is correct.
parents
And so we
the
thank the Supreme
options.
Court for that. There's been
If you want your kids to learn that
multiple
stuff,
decisions
or
over
if
the
you
past
don't, you can opt in or
several
opt out.
weeks
I think that's a
that
good
just
thing, right?
show why this injunction, why
Options
the
are good.
injunction ban had to happen. For example, what I mean by that is local district court judges issuing decisions that
Also, guys, we're going to check on the poll real quick in the chat. So I asked the question, are you team MAGA? 50% say yes and 50% say no out of 14 votes. So if you're watching this, vote on that poll in the chat. I'm just kind of curious.
clearly contrary to law just because they don't like the policy of President Trump. And when it gets to the Supreme Court has to correct it. But that takes time.
We ain't got time, guys. We got 4 years to get America back on track.
Our lawyers are working 24 hours a day.
We're off to a
7
good
days
start.
A week to fight these injunctions and to.
But they're just trying to slow us down.
Emergency
We don't
stays,
stop,
going
boys.
back to the district court judge,
The
asking
Trump
to
train
change their
don't
view.
stop.
And so their hard
Don't
work
stop.
is really paying off today, but over the past few weeks. We had a stay of an order that prevented DHS from moving aliens to a third country. We had a stay of an order that stopped the Department of Defense from implementing military readiness, the EO that President Trump signed. We had another stay of an order forcing reinstatement of fired executive branch employees entirely within the president in Article 2, his right to do. We had a
Judges
stay
are
of,
just,
as you all
some of
know,
them are just trying to
numerous
cause trouble,
DOJ
just trying to
cases.
slow
And
things
again,
down.
Every one of those stays requires a tremendous amount of work and effort by the lawyers and parties involved. And they should
I
be
also
doing
heard
the
that
work.
Gavin
They should be
Newsom is
doing the
apparently
work
suing
that
Fox
the
News
president
for
and
like
the
$970
these
million
local judges
for
who
defamation
don't make
or
decisions
something.
based on the law. They make decisions because they just
So
simply don't
stupid.
agree with the administration's decision about a policy, and that's wrong.
Any Gavin
Thank you.
Newsom fans watching?
Any questions?
Okay, Trump's going to take some questions. Oh, they're going to take some questions. Okay, this should be interesting.
Sure. Thank you, Madam Attorney General. So, as you know, the Supreme Court did not rule on the underlying constitutionality of the President's birthright citizenship order. So, what is the plan now?
How you doing, Mr.
Is it
Lewis?
to try to implement the EO just in states
Yeah, I'm not
where
a
there
I'm not a
isn't
fan of
any
Gavin
challenge?
Newsom either.
Yes, so
Or
birthright
Gavin
citizenship
Newscum,
will
as
be
Trump says.
decided in
Newscum.
October, in the next session by the Supreme Court, unless it comes down in the next few minutes. I guess it could come down. I think they're still deliberating right now on some cases. As you heard, we just got transgender books, which is a huge win. But most likely, that will be decided in October in the next session. However, it indirectly impacts us because, as you correctly pointed out, if there's a birthright
Newscom.
citizenship
Yeah.
case in Oregon, it will
I don't know
only
how,
affect the
he keeps
plaintiffs
getting
in Oregon,
reelected.
not the entire country. So yes, it's indirectly, but that's
Like, don't
pending
people that live in
litigation. We're
California
waiting
kind of
on
look
that in the
around and
next
they're
term.
like, is this
Are you
really
that
what
the
we
Supreme Court
want?
will come back
Do we want all
and
this to
determine
continue?
That the executive order is
Oh,
unconstitutional?
we're very
The
confident
drugs,
in
the
Supreme
homelessness
Court. But again,
crisis,
it's pending litigation, and that
the
will directly
lack of
be
fire
determined in
readiness when
October, but it
stuff's
indirectly
lighting on fire
impacts
and there's
every
not even
case
water in the
this
fire
country,
hydrants.
and we're thrilled
Like,
with their
geez,
decision
guys.
today. Peter.
Get it together. Okay, maybe Gavin Newsom. He ain't doing the job. Let somebody else have a shot.
30-day grace period before it goes into effect. Is there any thought about trying to make it effective immediately within that period of time?
We're going to follow the law. We're going to make those decisions, and we're going to do what's right in the bounds of the law.
And then the DOJ didn't ask the justices to rule on the merits of the
Who is
birthright
she?
citizenship ban.
Um,
Just for explanation purposes, why?
Sure, because that's going to come down in October.
Good question.
This was huge because it's indirectly impacted today. As I said, it's case
I forget her
by
name.
case. Let me reiterate, of the 35 of the 40 nationwide injunctions filed against this president, against his executive authority as president of the United States, 35 of them came from Maryland, D.C., Massachusetts, California.
If you're just tuning in, guys,
Washington.
welcome
And
to the
that's
stream.
crazy.
We're watching the
5
press
cases,
conference
yes,
that Trump
it
did
indirectly impacts us. It will be a
few hours
separate
ago.
decision in October. Next question.
Thank you, Mr. President. A question for you, sir.
They're taking,
Do you think
questions
this
from the
ends
press.
Power of the lower court judges to stop your agenda. Do you see this as a full green light for your agenda going forward?
Well, you'd have to really speak to the lawyers about that. But this is really also a decision based on common sense. It didn't work the other way.
How you doing,
It was a
Cedric?
Disaster where somebody from a certain location in a very liberal state or a liberal judge or a liberal group of judges could tie up a whole country for years because their decision would sometimes take years to overturn. We've overturned many of the decisions, but it would take years to do it. And we have to act quickly when it comes to illegal immigration. We have murderers, killers.
We gotta
have,
clean up
drug
Biden's,
dealers. We have what they've allowed to come into
what
our
Biden
country.
did.
should never be forgotten. It should never.
And he
be
made a
forgotten
mess,
what
so
they've
it's gonna
done
take
for our
it's gonna
country.
take a minute to
And
get
we have
Biden's
be
mess
able to
cleaned
act
up.
very quickly, and we're going to do that. Thank you.
Justice Amy Coney Barrett, sir, I know that you praised her and her opinion here in this case. She has taken some heat, though, from some of your supporters who have labeled her weak, squishy, a rattled law professor. What is your take on that?
I don't know about that. I just have great respect for her. I always have. And her decision was brilliantly written.
How you doing,
today,
Clouds?
From all accounts, yeah.
Transgender relations, Mr. President. What would you say to Americans who fear that this is more and more concentration of power in the White House and the executive?
Well, this really brings back the Constitution. This is what it's all about. And this is really the opposite of that. I mean, the question is fine, but it's the opposite. The Constitution has been brought back.
Bringing back the Constitution, boys.
President Trump, illegal crossings in the border are 0 now.
All these judges trying to get their 15 minutes of fame. Nah.
Do you intend, President Trump?
Who's that guy? I like him. He's working the cameras.
With this new reality, President Trump in the border, do you intend to engage?
The camera guy just shouts out Trump 2028.
South America, not only Central America,
Sure.
in order to
I
tackle
do that
this
anyway.
situation in
I
a
do that
regional
anyway.
way, and if you have a perspective of meeting some
Sure.
presidents from South America, as Brazil, for example.
Well, you should, as an example, not South America, but NATO over the weekend.
Yeah.
They have great respect for our country now. They did things that nobody thought was possible. They took funding from 2% to 5%.
America's back, baby. Anybody think America's back? Coming back.
Over $1 trillion more a year.
It's more back now than it was under Biden. Oh boy.
Nobody thought that could happen. That's a different group of people, different countries. But
You
we
think
get along
Kamala
with
will be
a lot of
doing better than
countries.
Trump is right now?
We are respected again. Our
Just kinda
country,
curious.
The U.S. is respected again. Was not respected 6 months ago. I can tell you. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Mr. President, you have a deadline coming up on trade in 2 weeks. Which countries, if
On what?
any, on trade, on tariffs,
Yeah.
sir? Which countries, if any, are close to agreements with the administration?
Well, that's an interesting question.
I heard
we
like
made
he's
a
not
deal
going to be
with China,
talking to
we made
Canada
a deal
anymore
with,
about the tariffs. They're like,
probably
if they don't want to
4 or 5
negotiate, then
different
we ain't
countries.
talking.
With the UK was a
We ain't
great
talking.
deal
Chet,
for
how you
both.
doing, man?
And we're in the process of making some others. But ultimately, in fact, Scott is here, and Howard Lutnick, these two guys have been doing an incredible job, and the people that work with them have been doing an incredible job. But, you know, we have 200 countries, you could say 200 countries plus. We can't do that. So
I
at a
heard the
certain
tariffs
point
are gonna
over the
cost
next week and a
Nike
half or so, or maybe
like
before,
$1 billion
we're gonna
extra
send out
dollars a
letter.
year.
We talk to many of the countries, and
Which,
we're just
you
gonna
know,
tell them what they
I'm
have
not
to
the
pay
biggest
for
fan of
doing
Nike.
business in the United States.
I
And
don't. I
it's
mean,
gonna go
they
very
got the
quickly.
money.
But some of the bigger countries, so India, I think we're going to reach a deal where we have the right to go in and trade. Right now, it's restricted. You can't walk in there. You can't even think about it. We're looking to get a full trade.
We want trade. We just
barrier
want full.
dropping,
We want
which is
fair trade.
Unthinkable. And I'm not sure that that's going to happen. But as of this moment, we've agreed to that. Go into Indian trade. We're going to be trading in China. That's going to come a little bit down the road, but we're going to be trading in China. We have a lot of great things going, and we're
Big
getting
things
along with
happening.
countries, but some will be disappointed because they're going to have to pay tariffs. And
Guys, do me a favor.
we're
If
taking
you're
in
enjoying the
already
stream, smash
hundreds
that
of
like button.
billions of dollars in
Every time you
tariffs.
guys like it, we
No
get a little bit
inflation.
higher in the
only problem we
YouTube
have is we
algorithm.
have a Fed guy that doesn't
So
understand
consider
what's
smashing it.
happening, and it would be great if he'd lower the rate because we'd be able to borrow a lot cheaper. Yeah, go ahead, please. Why don't we keep it on this subject? This is such a big subject. You know what? Trade is so big, but this, I don't know, in a certain way, this might be bigger than trade. I think this is bigger than trade. Yes, please, go ahead.
Didn't Biden have like one press conference the entire time he was in office? In 4 years, he had like one press briefing where he actually talked. I'm pretty sure. It was sad.
I think the ruling was a great ruling, and I think it's a great ruling for parents. It's really a ruling for parents. They lost control of the schools. They lost control of their child. And this is a tremendous victory for parents. And I'm not surprised by it, but I am surprised that it went this far. It took us to bring life back to normal. So it's wonderful. It's parental.
Cloud
And I kept
says
saying,
Canada
we
has
will
the
give
best
you back
economy
your
right now that
parental
it's ever
rights.
had.
They were taken away.
Is that
and
true?
This is a tremendous victory for parents. Yeah.
Mr. President, if you look at the back at the last week, it's been extraordinary in terms of the action in the Middle East. You were at The Hague. I'm
Been a
wondering
hell of a
now.
week, hasn't it?
I'm wondering now if you believe
been
that
some
Iran
week.
I'm wondering now, sir, if you believe that Iran has given up its long
Iran's
history
done. They ain't
of
getting
ambitions
nukes.
with nuclear weapons.
Hey, thank you,
What would like
Christopher.
to see from
Morning.
them, to prove that they
Shout out
do?
to Chris.
And
Thank
what
you,
type
man.
of meetings
Appreciate
is
that.
Your administration looking for?
Welcome to the
next
community.
week with Iran.
So Iran wants to meet. As you know, their sites were obliterated. They're very
See,
evil
negotiations,
nuclear sites.
boys.
Now has
They
been
want to
proven
talk.
to
Now
be
they
some
want to
fake
talk.
news for a little
They
while.
didn't want to talk before.
The same people that covered.
But now
the
they want to
Hunter
talk. Very interesting.
Biden laptop was from Russia. The same people that did.
Now they
steal
want to
the
come to the
Russia,
table.
Russia hoax.
But on their ambition.
No, wait, just listen.
The cartels are setting
They
up
came
shop
up
in
with
Canada.
something that,
I wouldn't doubt
delayed
it.
the credit that our great pilots and these great America. I mean, what talent that was, and they hit it right down in the spot. 52,000 feet. Think of
You guys
this,
got any
dark,
comments?
no
Drop them in the
moon, you
chat.
couldn't
I'm going
see
to
a
try to
thing.
read as many as I
And
can.
they hit the refrigerator door, as they say. That's the size of a target, and overwhelmingly. And it's amazing what was done. We're the only ones that could have done it, and we took out the two of the other.
It's like a
sites also.
36-hour
In addition
round
to
trip
that, we
flight
finished them off.
nonstop.
That was very evil intention.
That's impressive.
I believe that, and again, time will tell, but I don't believe that they're going to go back into nuclear anytime soon. They spent over $1 trillion on nuclear, and they never got it together. And nothing was moved from the site, by the way. To do that is very dangerous. It's very, very heavy material. Those cars were most likely the cars of Masons because they were pouring concrete at the top, at the hatch, as you know, the hatch going into the nuclear site. They wanted to reinforce it, and they had some Masons there pouring concrete. By the way, that concrete was obliterated. It hit exactly.
Christoph says, can we get rid of the DEI in Oregon and Canada is way overcharging for food? And thank you for the welcome. For sure, man.
Exactly at the concrete. It was, I don't think it had a chance to dry, but everything's down there. It's under millions of tons of rock.
Are the protests still going on in California? I haven't really heard as much about them lately because it's really been about Iraq. I mean, not Iraq, about Iran and Israel lately. They're still going on though, right? The protests?
Well, we'll take a look. We've had a great relationship with El Salvador. They have a fantastic leader. They built a massive prison system. And I don't know exactly why, but it's a hell of a system. And we bring people there, and when they go there, they don't get out. And frankly, when
They don't
have to
get
go
out,
there, they
yeah.
become very nice people. They become very nice people. It's a tough system, but it's a brilliant system. And it's a system done by a very, very good leader. We'll talk about El Salvador. A lot of respect. Yeah, please.
Thank you. Question for you.
I'm sure the gangs are kind of thinking twice before they come to America now. They're like, do we really want to get shipped to El
Are
Salvador?
you demanding not only that there would be no uranium production inside
It's kind of a good
Iran,
deterrent.
but also that Iran would turn over all existing stockpiles of uranium?
Well, you know,
Thank you,
we're ready for that,
Rup-
but something like that, yeah, we'll do
Rup
something like
Eft?
that. Let me say
Rup
that
F?
I've been saying for
Thank you, man.
25 years, even as a civilian, you cannot let them have a nuclear weapon, and that's what happened.
He's been saying
It's
that since, like,
obliterated.
2011
It
that
would
they
be
can't have a
years before
nuke.
they could ever get going, and I really think it's probably the last thing. They have to recover from a hell of a tough war.
Would you also be demanding that the IAEA have full rights to inspect in Iran?
Or somebody, yeah, or somebody that we respect,
And then just a-
including ourselves.
I read something that that Iran is willing to give up the
Under birthright
uranium
citizenship, if this is implemented,
that they already have.
who would be
They're
tasked with
willing to give it up.
actually vetting citizenship? And how, like, would this be a
I
situation
think that
where
came
you have
out
nurses
recently,
and
like a couple
doctors
hours ago.
checking
I haven't looked too
for
much into it,
citizenship
but
of parents, or-
big things are happening. They're starting to
This is all
change their
pending
tune.
litigation. It's going to be decided in October by the Supreme Court. And
Yasset
discuss
Doom,
that
how you doing,
after the
Yasset? Welcome back,
litigation.
man.
If you have an undocumented baby, would that baby then be an enforcement priority?
Truth says they stopped showing the protests in the U.S. once people have some time to process the finer points. I see.
The violent criminals in our country are the priority now. Let me put it in perspective. Today marked the
She's gonna break it down.
2,711th arrest in our country of TDA members. Just TDA.
2,700?
Everyone in this room agrees they are one of the most violent
That's Tren de
criminal
Aragua.
organizations in the world.
That's a lot of arrests right
And
there.
The Biden administration let them walk into our country for the last 4 years. 2,711 of them today.
Didn't they
have been
screen
arrested
anybody
in our
when they were
country.
letting all these
That is
people
the
in
priority of
under
Donald
Biden?
Trump.
Didn't
That
they
is the
like
priority of this
screen
country, of
anyone?
Homeland Security,
Because I feel like they
all of our
didn't.
lawyers, of
And if they
FBI.
did, they did
That's
a
the
very
priority.
bad
That will
job.
be discussed in October when the Supreme Court hopefully rules in our favor, and we're very confident of that. But you should all feel safer now that President Trump can deport all of these gangs, and not one
You break the law, you out,
court
son.
judge can think they're an
You
emperor
gone.
over this administration and his executive
Go do it
powers
somewhere
by the
else.
people
You
of
want
the
to come and
United
break the law?
States
Do it
elected.
somewhere else. Trump ain't messing
I might
around.
add one thing, and they used birthright citizenship, some of the worst people, some of the cartels, to get people into our country, just so you know. And again, I say, if you look at the end of the Civil War, the 1800s, it was a very turbulent time. If you take the end day, was it 1869 or whatever, but you take that exact day, that's when the case was filed. And the case ended shortly thereafter. This has to do with the babies of slaves.
Okay, real quick, guys. I asked the question in the chat, are you team MAGA? 95 people have voted so far on that poll. 64% of you say yes, and 37% say no. So it's kind of, yeah. Interesting. So vote on that poll, guys. Hey, thank you, Alexander, for subscribing, man. Appreciate that.
Very, very obviously, and I think we're going to win. People I don't think they went about discussing it right. I came along and we looked and we said, wait a minute, this is wrong.
Cloud says, we used to sell the most uranium, lithium, nickel, aluminum, oil. Now we're selling for more to other countries. His hair looks fake. You set doom. Truth says, 2030 census currently reflects that states like California and New York losing seats in the Congress due to population decline. So no, they don't vet at the border. Yeah, I don't think they did.
Looking at birthright citizenship wrong for years. But
when you got to the border under Biden's administration, where they're just like, "Why are you here?" They're like,
and then what Pam's doing and what
we're here to cause trouble." They're like, "Okay, come on in, come on in."
FBI, ICE.
You hate America, you love America. Oh, we hate America. Oh, really? Come on in.
They're
Come on
trying
in.
to keep our country safe.
Like, is there any
And
wrong or right
people
answer to
come
these
in.
questions?
This is just
Nah,
another
just
way
come
that
on
they
in.
Get illegal
We don't care.
immigrants into our
We just
country,
need the
and
votes
in
eventually.
Some cases, very, very bad ones.
We just need the votes.
On your tax bill, if I could for a moment, senators are racing to rewrite parts of it right now after the Senate parliamentarian ruled that sections of it.
Jordan says, I don't believe you have to be Team MAGA to see the good stuff that Trump is doing right now. Yeah. The thing that I can't wrap my head around is if you're like a Democrat or a liberal, whatever, someone on the left. Thank you for subscribing, Jordan. Like, why can't you just acknowledge that Trump has done some good things? Like, you don't have to like the guy. You can think he's just a bully. You can think he's, just has a giant ego. But you got to admit, he's done some good things. Like when Biden was in office, if he did some good stuff, I'd be like, okay, that was a good thing. I can't think of anything good he did. Nothing comes to mind, but if he did something good, like if Biden cured cancer or something, I'd be like, okay, I'll give that one to Biden. Good job. But like nobody on the left is willing to just acknowledge that Trump has done anything good, anything, and it's just kind of mind blowing.
We're outside of the process that they're using to get this through. Do you think that senators should respect the decisions of the parliamentarian? And what have you personally done in the last 48 hours to try?
Yes, that says I think Trump doing deportations is a good thing, but I'm on the left. So yeah, not everybody on the left thinks. I mean, there's people on the left that maybe aren't fans of Trump, but they have that they do acknowledge that he's done some good stuff. So I'm not saying everybody on the left hates Trump, but there are some people.
It's so good for the Republicans. The Democrats aren't approving it.
Definitely the news, though. The news won't let Trump get a win at all.
Great job at the border, but we have to.
He drops bombs on Iran to take out the nuclear facilities.
We have no money for
and they're like, well, the bombs were duds. They didn't work.
For so many things.
Like what? Like what, bro?
It'd be interesting to see if we get.
But if Biden had done that, they'd be like, oh, we obliterated it. It's gone.
I would absolutely, maybe
it's toast. But Trump does the same exact thing. Oh, they missed. They didn't hit their mark. They were just duds. Didn't blow up.
Tax cuts and so many.
They'll bounce back in 2 weeks.
Common sense. They're basic
it's crazy.
Things. I think they're doing fine. The parliamentarian's been a little difficult. And I would say that I disagree with the parliamentarian on some things, and on other ways he's been fine.
If you're
But
just
we'll
joining
have
the
to
stream,
see.
guys,
It's,
welcome to the
it's a
channel.
big
Consider
issue.
hitting
I
that
will
subscribe
tell you
button
this,
if you like my
the bill
content.
doesn't pass, the country will get a 68% tax increase. So think of this: you're a Democrat and you vote against it. That means you're voting in favor, because essentially you're voting in favor of the largest tax.
You thought its
hike in the
first term was
history
way
of our
better?
country. And you can't.
I
do
don't know. I
that.
think it's gotten
In
a lot
addition,
done
we're
during this
cutting
term.
costs by $1.7 trillion, and it won't affect anybody. It's just
I think during its first term, he got a lot done, but there was a lot of pushback, and there was like the whole, he's a Russian asset, and he's in bed with Putin and all this stuff, and the stuff, Hillary Clinton was pushing to try to make it seem like he was a Russian agent. He was dealing with all that stuff. He still got a lot done, but I feel like this time around, like the majority of Americans are like, okay, they were making all that up. It's pretty clear what happened, and they're trying to do it again, and America's just like, yo, we know what you guys did. We know what you did. We know what you're trying to do, and we're tired of it. We can see what Trump's doing. We can see the good things he's done. Does he do everything 100% great? No. But we can see that he's making progress, and he's turning things around. So the media tries to say, oh, the bombs didn't hit, or this didn't happen, or this is bad, this is bad. And everyone's like, guys, shut up. Like, we have eyes, we can see. You don't have to interpret what we're witnessing. Just shut up, play the news, state the facts, and let us decide for ourselves. America's, we kind of see through it now. We're not idiots.
fraud, waste, and abuse.
Mr. President.
What has Trump done? He closed the borders.
Mr. President, a leading global economist just did a 180 and says your tariff plan, you may have outsmarted everybody.
He has set the nuke program in Iran back a long time. So that's good, right?
This is the favorite. This is the
Right?
best question I've ever been asked, because I've been going through abuse for years.
He's deporting
Because,
a
as
lot of
you
people
know,
that
we're
are
taking
breaking
in
the law.
Hundreds of
I'd say that's good,
billions of
right?
dollars, no inflation whatsoever.
Inflation is the lowest it's been in like past 3 years.
I think they should go back to business school. It's so obvious. It's so obvious. I mean, we're taking in billions and
Murph
billions
says
of
Team MAGA
dollars
will never
from
get tired of
China
winning.
and
I ain't
a
tired
lot
of winning,
other
man.
countries.
I can never get tired of
We
it.
took in. I had a call from somebody in the House.
Thank you,
and
J. Marley
high
Williams.
official.
Thank you, man.
Sir, we have a problem. We don't know what to do. The books are a mess. I
Did
said,
Trump
"What do
repeal
you
the
mean by
22nd
books?
Amendment?
The money-
Then he can't
the
be a
money
king?
coming in, it's
I don't think he wants to be a
so
king.
terrible. I figured, oh boy. what's
Thank you,
this? I
Jordan.
like this question. I said, so what seems... There's
Jordan,
so much
shout out to
money
Jordan.
coming
Thank you,
in,
man.
And there must be some kind of an accounting mistake, because we have hundreds of billions of dollars more money than we thought. I said, do me a favor, go check call me back. You have to call me back. Check the tariff column. Calls me back 2 hours later, says, you're right. We took in $88 billion in tariffs. They have so much money coming in.
$88 billion in tariffs? Dang, bro.
Factories coming in.
$88 billion?
AI is being built here instead of being built all over Europe and Asia.
And he's right. Now
We have
companies
all of it.
are coming to America and building factories and plants here in America instead of just building them in China, Mexico, Canada, and shipping them in. They don't want to deal with the tariffs, so they're actually coming here, creating jobs.
Great leaders, and we took in $5.1
It's working,
trillion
guys.
just
It's
there.
working.
Without the tariffs.
Let the man cook, boys.
November 5th, November 6th.
Everyone's playing
November
checkers.
7th.
Trump's
That was a
playing
very
5D
good little period of
chess
time.
right
It's
now.
called the presidential
5D
election.
chess.
You know, you used to
All
have
right?
one-day election. Now you have it.
Let the
over.
man cook.
Even if you just took that little period, because it was pretty obvious it was going to be a landslide, and they like that. But they love the tariffs. I had Texas Instruments come in the other day.
Trump could bring peace to the Middle East, right? He could bring peace to the Middle East, and the media would be like, "Well, what about Russia? What about Russia and Ukraine?" It's like, okay, we're working on that, guys. We're working on that. What did Biden do? Biden got us into this mess. Okay, Biden could barely find his way off the stage. Biden could barely, the media, CNN would be like, "Oh, that was a great speech. He got through 3 sentences. That was a great speech." Meanwhile, Trump's over here dropping bombs, literal bombs, to get rid of nuclear programs, and they're like, "Well, we don't think the bombs actually hit." Guys, what? It's like Trump's trying to deport rapists. Trump's trying to deport murderers. How dare he do that? Like, what? Why does all the news think that that's a bad thing to deport criminals? What are we supposed to do with them? What do you want us to do with them? Like I don't get it. I don't get it.
A big company, and he said we're putting in $60
The media always has to say
billion
something negative.
into
Negative,
new
yeah.
plants and new equipment, new everything. Sir, you're going to keep the tariffs, aren't you? Because whoever took the tariffs off.
But $88 billion
and
in
we
tariffs?
absolutely
That's
keep it.
insane.
And they're worried that somebody that, like this communist from New York.
Yes, I'm really
gets
live, man.
elected. I can't believe
This
that's
is live,
happening.
yes.
That's a terrible thing for our country, by the way. He's a communist.
Like, why did Kamala let illegals in? Because she didn't know what she was doing.
For New York, but the rest of the country is revolting against it. But,
Kamala and Joe Biden were just puppets. Eddie Valigs, how you doing, Eddie? Thank you for subscribing, man.
It's never going to be taken off. And again, we're
Biden was a puppet,
$100
Kamala was a puppet, and if they weren't a puppet, then they just literally sucked at their job, okay?
And they were all
They just
confused
sucked.
because they've never seen this before. You know, it's always the other way. We don't have enough money. So much money is coming in at levels that
MAGA's
nobody's
making
ever
the left
seen.
melt, MAGA
But
forever.
Most importantly, we have
Yep.
factories being built, car plants being built, companies moving to our country.
Well, let's
like
face
never
it,
before.
it's kind of easy
You
to make
look at
the
15
left
trillion,
melt.
And that's only in a few months. You know, I haven't been here that long. Presidents like the last one was a disaster. He's the worst president in the history of our country. By the way.
The
What he
worst
did
president.
on our border can never ever be forgotten. To me, that's the worst of all the things. And he's done some terrible things, grossly incompetent. Nobody knew it was.
Dang,
him,
guys,
I
we
don't-
got 313 votes in chat. Okay, let me read the chat real quick. Okay, so I asked a question. Are you team MAGA? 317 people have voted so far. 66% of you say yes, and 34% of you say no. That's out of 318 votes. Dang.
I don't think it was him. I think it was whoever was controlling the auto pen. But
The
our
auto
country
pen.
is doing great.
Jordan says, I believe some of the people at the top of this country truly don't love America. That's why they go up against all of our true values. That's why we need more conservatives and less liberals. I mean, I think there could be, liberals that want to like help the country, right? But I don't know. There are just some people that are just, I don't know what their deal is. I don't get it. I don't know how anybody could think keeping criminals in our country is a good thing. And I'm not saying everybody that came across the border is a criminal. I'm not saying that. Okay, a lot of people just came because they wanted a better life, and I get that. But a lot of criminals came across too. Okay, 20 million people. Even if 10% of those people were criminals, that's still a lot. 10% of 20 million, that is still a lot. So deport those people, maybe keep the people around that, aren't causing trouble, but deport those people first. And everyone's like, oh, how dare you? We can't deport those criminals. We can't deport, why not? Rippin' Lips, how you doing, Rippin'? Thank you for subscribing, man.
Those leaders and other leaders, I just left, as you know, a large group of the most highly respected people.
And yeah.
And that includes big countries.
Trump's like, yo, you can come to America, but you need to do it legally.
France and Spain,
There is a
they didn't come
process.
through, but they
You
will.
can't just skip the line.
By the way, guaranteed they will. They were
Because
the
a lot
only
of people
country
are
that
trying to
said,
come to America
"Trying to
legally.
hold back
They're
on
doing the
putting up the
paperwork.
money."
They're, it's taking a while, but they're doing it correctly. They're doing it the legal way. And then you just have somebody walk across, and it's like, okay, you got to skip the line. And those people that have been working on it for literally years, they're like, what? Like, how come they got to skip the line? Like, it's just not fair.
To me,
Like,
you went from being a dead
you need to come
country,
across
you are
legally.
Right now the hottest country.
Ed, how you doing,
in the
Ed?
world.
Thank you for subscribing, man.
The whole world is talking about the USA, and everybody wants a part of it, and they're pouring into our country, and you're going to see those numbers. Thank you for that question.
Thank you, Tehran.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a question about trade. Secretary Bessent has said that he hopes tariff deals with major partners will be done by Labor Day.
Am I a Trumper? I voted for him 3
if
times.
some deals are not done by your July 9th deadline, will...
So yeah, I voted for Trump 3 times. If Biden did a good job, I would have been like, okay, Biden. When Biden got elected, I hoped he did a good job. I was like, I hope I'm wrong about Biden. I hope I'm wrong about Biden and Kamala. I hope he does a great job. I hope, he's even better than Trump. I was hoping he'd do a good job, right? Obviously, I wanted Trump to win, but he didn't. Biden got in. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be supportive. I hope Biden does a good job. We gave it 4 years. Jesus. Like, bro, could you do a worse job? Like, seriously. And now Trump's back in, thankfully. We didn't get Kamala, because, man, we would probably be in World War III right now if we got Kamala. But yes, I did vote for Trump 3 times. Yep.
Will some countries' tariffs go back up?
Biden screwed up the
Well,
future.
There are some countries that are used to ripping
screwed up a
us
lot.
off, to be honest with you, and I don't want to name them, but
But to be fair, I don't know if Biden even knew he was president half the
so used
time.
to just you know,
Like whoever had his auto pen,
taking it billions and
just
billions,
just
and
signing
looking at a
away.
trade deficit of,
They're like, hey,
more
Biden,
than
here's
$1
some ice
trillion
cream. Oh, ice cream. And then they're just like, approved, executive order, approved. We didn't even know what was going on half the time.
When, you know, I took in
So I can't be too hard on the
hundreds
guy,
of
but
billions
man.
of dollars in tariff. We had the greatest economy in history up until now. I think we're going to blow it away. But during my time, and especially prior to COVID,
Ken Wood says, I was hoping the media would criticize Biden the same they did to Trump. They protected Biden to an insane degree. Yeah. Like the media was like, oh, he's sharp as a tack. He's not cog. He's like, he's smart. Like behind closed doors, he's real smart. He might not always look that way on TV, but like he is sharp behind closed doors. You just can't see it, but he's sharp. Everybody was like giving him kudos. And then he has that debate with Trump, and it's like you can't hide that in a debate. It's the cameras on you. And America finally saw it. Like a lot of us, we already knew, okay? We already knew. And then when it was just, you couldn't hide it, right? When you couldn't hide it in that debate, the media is finally like, oh my God, we didn't know he was this far gone. How? We didn't know. We just didn't know. Yeah, you did. You guys knew for 4 years. And you just kept lying. You just kept lying about it. And they're like, we didn't know it was this bad. Guys, we promised we didn't know. And these same people, these same media outlets are saying like, oh, the bombs that we dropped in Iran, they didn't actually hit anything. Thank you, Glenn. The same people who said Biden was sharp as a tack are saying the bombs didn't hit anything. I'm supposed to believe those people that said, like, guys, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Oh, God.
we have the greatest economy in the history of our country. I think we're going to blow it away.
Every policy failure was swept under the
That
rug.
we're
Yep,
seeing.
pretty much.
But some countries are very angry because they've been ripping us off for years. They've been making billions and billions.
And they're not going to rip
There
us
was
off
nobody
anymore.
to negotiate with. They could do whatever they
And that's a
want.
good
They
thing.
charged us tariffs, by the way, at numbers that we've never seen before. And we ended up losing much more than $1 trillion a year. $1 trillion a year.
That's a
for
lot. A
one
trillion?
trade. And now they're being met with a force.
Real quick, guys, shout out to everybody that's hit the like button. I appreciate you guys. Also, quick shout out to these subscribers you're seeing on the screen right here. Shout out to these guys. They hit the join button. They became members on the channel, so they're helping me keep my internet going and my lights on, literally. So shout out to those people on screen. You guys rock, and I appreciate you. Back to the program.
That's far greater than them. And they don't like.
Notice
they're
how
upset
he isn't
because
reading my
instead of
comments. I just read your comment,
making, you know,
Cool Ed.
$5 billion, they're.
I'm trying to
break
keep up.
even. Well, they'll make a little bit. I want to be nice. They'll make a little bit. Oh, we'll make a little bit. It's a big difference. Yeah, please go. Go ahead. Red dress.
On the 2020 election, is there any more information on the special prosecutor? So many Americans still have questions about the 2020 election. And speaking of rogue judges, would you consider appointing somebody at DOJ maybe to investigate the judges that allowed for the political persecution?
Investigate all the
of your
judges,
family and your
okay?
supporters during
We got
the
some
Biden
corrupt judges in this place. Get them out of here.
Who are you?
I'm Kara from Lindell TV.
Well, that's just a very nice question. And it's not a setup. I have no idea who you are, but I appreciate that question. All I can say is we're not here for that. I hope so.
I'm going to
I hope
live
they're
stream
doing
Popeye the Sailor
because
tomorrow,
that
people.
election was rigged and stolen, and we can't allow that to happen. You know, a lot of people tell me, sir, you just won the greatest election in the history of our country. You won at numbers that won all 7 swing states. Won the
Thank you,
popular vote, won everything.
Buckethead523.
Sir,
Thank you, man.
go on
Appreciate
with
you,
your
Buckethead.
life. And many people that say that, good people, friends of mine, then you have people that say that same thing, go on with your life, but you have to find out what happened because you can't let that happen again. Look at what this lunatic did. Look at what he did. He opened our borders to people that were murderers, 11,888 to be exact, murderers. And
That's a
we've
lot.
captured many of those murderers.
That is a lot.
And we're bringing them back, or some of them are so.
Guys, let me ask you a question, okay? Do you lock your doors at night? Okay. Yeah. Do you lock your car? Yeah. You don't walk around with your credit card number on a t-shirt, right? So why would we keep our borders open? I don't get it. Mr. No One, thank you for subscribing, man. Because that's what it equates to is like you lock your doors. You want to keep your credit card number. You know, you have bank accounts, you have passwords because you want to keep things secure, right? But you don't want to keep the border secure. You don't want to keep the border secure, but you want to keep your house secure, your car secure, your bank account secure. But why not the borders? Okay? Because that's like a big thing. That's like the biggest thing. Do all the people that are like, oh, we want open borders, just let everybody in, oh, America, yay, yay, freedom, yay. Are they locking their doors at night? Yeah. They're locking their cars. They ain't putting their bank accounts out there. They ain't sharing their passwords with people. But, oh, closing the borders, actually checking people, making sure they want to be here because, you know, they're good people and they just want a better life. Like, oh, we shouldn't, how dare we do that? Oh, no, just let them in. Don't ask any questions. No, that's racist. Trump's a Nazi. That's racist. Okay. And also, they're like, Trump's a Nazi, yet he's helping Israel. Like, he just helped Israel a crap ton. But he's a Nazi? How does that make sense? See, it doesn't make sense, guys. It just, nothing makes sense.
So dangerous that we don't even want to bring them back. We're afraid they're going to try and come back in. But he allowed people to come into this country. People from mental institutions, insane asylums, that's a mental institution on steroids. People from mental institutions, gang members, drug
Black
dealers,
Monkey, how's it going, man?
People, jails being emptied out into our country. Venezuela emptied out almost its entire prison population into our country. But I don't want to blame them. Many countries have done that. The Congo.
They took advantage
we
of
have a
it
great press conference
because they're
coming up
smart.
later, and it's the Congo and Rwanda. You know, they were fighting for years, and it was machetes, it was vicious.
Guys, real quick, guys, real quick. We just passed 7,000 subscribers, guys. 7K. That's insane. I think we've gained like 700 subscribers in like the past 5 days. That's nuts. So if you are a subscriber, guys, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. Like, I really do appreciate it. I play a lot of games on the channel, too. This is primarily a gaming channel. So a lot of different games, let's plays, that type of thing. But I also talk politics when I play and stuff. And I like doing these reaction videos to like news and like big things that are happening. Because I think it's important to kind of know what's going on in the world. You know, I'm not going to say I'm like an expert on this stuff. Obviously I'm not. I'm just a dude with the webcam. But I like just putting my opinion out there and reading people's comments and stuff like that. To kind of just get different viewpoints. I think that's good. I think it's good when we talk to each other. You know, a lot of people don't like talking to each other. They're like, oh, you voted for Trump? Let's just stay away from him. You voted for Kamala? Let's just stay away from her. You know, sometimes you can just talk to each other. Talking to each other isn't a bad thing. You know? But thank you for subscribing, guys. I appreciate it.
Being chopped off. And I have a man who's very good in that part of the world, very smart, and put them together. And we're signing a peace treaty today. First time in many years they're going to have peace.
Peace is good. I like peace.
It's a big deal. You know, we talk about Russia, and we're working that one. President Putin called up and he said, I'd love to help you.
Break me off a piece of that MAGA bar, you know what I'm saying?
I'll handle Iran.
Break me off a piece of that MAGA bar. That's what I'm talking about.
Get that one settled. And I think something's going to happen there. But we did some great work. India and Pakistan. That was going to be maybe nuclear. We did that. We did a lot of work. I don't know if there's ever been a president that's done much more. Serbia, Kosovo was going to go at it. Going to be a big war. I said, you go at it. There's no trade with the United States. Mm-hmm. They said, well, maybe we won't go at it.
Maybe we won't. Maybe we change our mind.
India,
maybe we'll stop fighting each other.
I was negotiating with both of them, and I said to Scott, I said to Howard, cancel all deals with India and Pakistan. They're not trading with us because they're in a war. They called back, what do we do? I said, look, you want to have trade with the United States, it's great. But you want to go and start using nuclear weapons on each other?
Also, guys, real quick, there's a lot of Trump supporters in the chat. I'm kind of surprised. 560 people have voted so far. I asked the question, are you Team MAGA? 62% of you say yes, and 38% say no. That's a pretty big portion. Very interesting.
We're not going to allow that. And they both agreed. Both have great leaders. They both agreed not to do it. So we did a lot. But I appreciate that question.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. I was just speaking with
I play Fortnite. I play a lot of I like playing simulator games too. I was playing Thief Simulator the other day.
He's a good man.
I was playing Thief Simulator, and I was calling it Peaceful Protest Simulator because it seems like a lot of these peaceful protests are just going around looting things. So when I was playing Thief Simulator, I was just like, yo, yeah, I'm just peacefully robbing these people because that's what it seems like they're doing in California and New York and Chicago with these peaceful protests. But yeah.
He also said that he needs more time, and he is not certain that the July 4th deadline is
Well,
possible.
then he's not such a good
because there's too much.
Hey, G-Dog, welcome back, man.
Ron Johnson's doing a good job. He's very committed.
There aren't protests, there are riots. Some of them have turned into riots.
You could have a couple of grandstanders, in all fairness. You could have somebody.
I mean, I'm
else,
sure
and
there's
it's,
people there for
very
actual
dangerous
legit
because the
reasons, and they
country
just
would go
want
from being the most
to have their
successful
voice
country in
heard.
the world to
But then there's
who knows
anarchists
with
within
a
the groups that are just trying to
68%.
cause trouble
Think
and
of
just
it,
trying to look for an
68%
excuse
tax
to like rob
That was
rob
given by the
things and
Democrats.
just
Because they like high
just be
taxes. I don't know
morons
what
and
happened.
idiots.
You know, all my life,
Not
I
all of
grew up
them,
and I'd
but
watch politicians talking.
I'd say there's a, if you're lighting cars on fire, that's not a
and they
peaceful
were always
protest.
saying, "We
That is
will
breaking
cut
the
your
law.
Taxes. We will cut your tax. I never heard it. They say we will raise your taxes, and they elect people like this guy in New York that maybe has a chance. I find it hard to believe, but he maybe has a chance. They want to raise your taxes, so they want to see a 68% tax increase.
Christoph says Trump is amazing. It's just his popularity. No, it's just popular to hate him because people want to make a name for themselves. Little do they know they're on the cringe list. Speaking of cringe, man, Gavin Newsom, he's suing Fox News for defamation because I haven't looked too much into it, but I guess somebody on Fox News said that a phone call with Trump and him didn't happen, and he says it did happen, even though Trump showed the tech. Like, I don't know, but Gavin Newsom is suing Fox News for like $780 million. No, I think it's 900. It's like just under $1 billion, I think. Like, this guy's nuts.
That's more money than anybody could afford. You'd go into a depression if that ever happened. So I think there's a lot of pressure to get that approved.
How important is the July 4th deadline to you?
He's mad because Trump is showing him how to do his job. Yeah.
But we'd like to get it done by that time, if possible. And look,
Gavin
we have a lot of
Newsom
very
needs to
committed
stop
people
worrying
and
about
feel
running for
very
president,
strongly
and he
about
needs to start
key
running
subjects that you're
the
not even
state
thinking about
that
are
he
important to
is
Republicans.
the governor
problem
of.
we have
Maybe he should
is
do that
It's
first.
a great bill. It's a popular bill. But
I thought he was going to jail. He said throw me in jail, but nobody cared. He was just looking for his. He just wanted a mugshot like Trump.
So happy. It's so great.
And everyone's like, nah, you ain't worth it.
It's great for everything, and they would normally vote, but because their hatred of Trump, they have Trump derangement syndrome at levels never seen
Trump
before.
derangement syndrome.
And instead of voting for a tax cut, they're voting for a tax increase of 68%. They're voting to destroy
How you doing,
Social
JJ?
Security,
I agree, man.
destroy Medicare, and destroy Medicaid. And we're voting to make them perfect and to
JJ says the disconnect between Americans is nuts. Wish these people worship politicians and news pundits and instead love their neighbors and would work to make our collective lives better. Yeah. I mean, not one person's going to change things, guys. You kind of have to like change things for yourself sometimes, you know?
make them better, make them stronger and better. They're going to destroy Medicaid and they're going to destroy Medicare, and Social Security will follow.
Yeah, I don't know if
If
the
you
left
vote
really
for the
has any
Democrats, you're dead on
standout
those
leaders at the moment. Some people are saying AOC is going to run the party. I'm like, AOC? Bro, that's the best you got? AOC? Or Crockett? Her last name's Crockett. I don't know what her first name is. Crockett's just straight up nuts. Bernie's too old. Gavin Newsom, like everyone saw, well, can see how he's running California. If he becomes president, the United States is just going to become California.
It's a very funny thing, crypto.
So like they literally have
I became
nobody.
a fan of crypto, and to me, it's an industry. I view it as an industry.
Does
I'm a
anybody own any
president,
crypto?
And if we didn't have
You
it,
guys got any
China would, or somebody
Bitcoin?
else would, but most likely China. China would love to.
I got some Ethereum,
And we
but I sold all my
dominated that industry.
Bitcoin.
It's a big industry, by the way. In fact,
I should've kept my
when the
Bitcoin,
stock
though.
market went down recently. Crypto and Bitcoin and all of that went down much less than anybody else as a group. And we've created a very powerful industry, and that's much more important than anything that we.
If you guys
invest in.
haven't dropped a
We
comment
invest in it,
yet,
but really, that
drop a
was an
comment down below.
industry that wasn't
I'm trying to
doing
read as many as I
particularly well. I got
can.
involved with it a couple of years ago. And
Also,
before
if you want to
this
help
sold,
support the
before
channel,
second term,
consider
I
clicking
got
on the
involved
link
before
in
I,
the chat.
decided to run.
Become a member,
I
you get
decided
access
to
to
run
members only
because I saw
chat,
what was
members only
happening.
live
Biden
streams,
was
behind the scenes
incompetent,
videos when
and
I'm
the
playing video games,
administration was
like Fortnite
crooked
stuff.
and
You get priority when I'm
incompetent.
playing
And
with
I was
subscribers and
in Bitcoin
whatnot.
then,
It's just kind of cool stuff like
knowing if I
that.
was
But if you
gonna
can't afford it, don't worry about
do
it.
it a third
Money's
time.
tight.
So,
Don't worry about it if you can't. If you can't afford
it's
it.
become amazing. I mean, it's.
But
the
shout out to the
jobs
people
that
who
have
have, so I appreciate it,
businesses.
guys.
I notice more and more you're paying Bitcoin. I mean, people are saying it takes a lot of pressure off the dollar, and it's a great thing for our country. So I don't care about investing. You know, I have kids and they invest in different things. They do believe in it. But I'm president, and what I did do there is
they got
build
Trump
an
Mobile
industry
now.
That's very important. And you know, if we didn't have it, China would. Okay.
Sir, Mr. President.
Hey, thank you, Goku.
Gentlemen, go ahead.
Thank you, man, for subscribing, bro.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, are you going to cut funds in the sanctuary states, like, for instance, California? They keep supporting illegal immigration, and then these people work under
Yeah, we're
the
giving them a
table.
hard time.
And also, in a foreign policy
I
question.
mean, they don't have a governor in California. They have a man that wants to give away everything to people that nobody's seen before. If we didn't go into Los Angeles with the military, which did a fantastic job, but if we didn't go into Los Angeles,
Things would be
bringing in the
nuts.
National Guard, I would have brought the military if it was necessary, because you have to. We have the right to. That was another thing upheld by the Supreme Court. But if we didn't go in with the National Guard and be strong and tough, you wouldn't maybe have Los Angeles. It would be like the rest of California.
It would be just on fire right now.
They lost 25,000 houses in a fire. They should have lost none.
And they're
You know,
supposed to
except
have
they
the
had to
Olympics
break
there.
into their water supply.
Like, how's that gonna
Because
work?
They just refuse to do it. They're crazy. There's something wrong with them. They have plenty of water. They don't have droughts or anything. They have plenty.
Rude, thank for you. How you doing, Rude? Welcome back, man.
Pacific Northwest. They routed all the water out into the Pacific Ocean for environmental reasons. Okay. And
G-Dog,
now we
have
got
they started
25,000
fighting again?
houses,
I
none of
thought
which
I
would have
haven't
burned
heard
down if they
anything.
had the water.
Is
They didn't
Iran
have
and
water.
Israel
They didn't have
still
water
like
for the
shooting
fire.
missiles?
They didn't
Has
have
like the
water in
ceasefire
sprinkler
ceased?
systems that people put in. So
I haven't heard
the
anything.
answer is,
I think it's still on.
We're going to work with governors.
Unless there's like
We're
some
gonna
breaking
work with
news that I don't
radical
know about.
Democrats and Democrats, and we're going to make it good for everybody. We'll have to stop.
Who lit the
crime
fires?
Or in the case of
The people with the matches.
cities, I think I can say just about all cities with heavy crime are run by Democrats. Go ahead.
Oh, there was like a strike on a radar base or something.
Go ahead. Yes. Yeah. No. The man behind you. Yeah, please.
President Trump, Anthony Mashhad from Amphani, Lebanon. I want to ask you regarding the threats posed by Iran's allies and proxies operating in the U.S. They were threatening your life. So what do you say about that?
Thunder Ducky, how you doing, man?
Lebanon, because Hezbollah is as well part of Iran's allies. Is there any time frame in Lebanon regarding disarming Hezbollah in Lebanon?
Yeah. Lebanon is a great place with brilliant people. You know, it was known for the professors and doctors and had an incredible history. And hopefully we can bring it back again. I just appointed a friend of mine who's Lebanese. And I didn't know he was Lebanese. I've known him for 20 years. Very, very successful man. And I just appointed him. And I said, why would you want that? He said,
It's kind of crazy how, like, Biden, as far as I know, Biden only did like one of these. Or like the ones he did, maybe were like 5 minutes long. He had like maybe 3 or 4 questions, and they were like on, on little sticky notes. So he already knew the question ahead of time. So he could have like practiced what he was going to say. But he had like, I only remember him doing one of these things during his whole 4 years in office. Only one. And it was like in the last week of his presidency. And Trump's answered more questions during this press conference than Biden did in 4 years. It's insane. It's just crazy. Biden worked and Trump talked. No, Biden slept and ate ice cream. Okay, let's be honest, guys. Biden slept and ate ice cream. Okay? That's what Biden did. None of this. Biden was working. No, he was sleeping and eating ice cream. That's what Biden was doing. Okay? Don't lie to yourselves. You know, Wolverine. Thank you, Wolverine, for subscribing, man. That's what Biden did. Okay? Slept and ate ice cream. And sniffed little kids. Okay, that's what he did. He likes sniffing. A lot of sniffing going on. A lot of sniffing.
because I was born there, I was raised there, I love it. I love it so much.
Who got more
He said,
done?
you know, it's very dangerous going to
Biden got a lot of
Lebanon
bad
as
things done.
ambassador. And he said, that's what they say, but I don't care.
You know, a lot of people had access to his auto pen, probably. It was like, yeah, approved, 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 approved.
To go to Lebanon because he believes in it so
Only
much.
Trump has, you know,
We're with
used his
Lebanon all the
signature.
way. We'll try and straighten it out.
So yeah, maybe get 300 people with Biden access to his auto pen, and yeah, sure, you get a lot done.
Get that
Who knew?
throbbing feeling, but you know what? That's okay.
Those aren't facts, guys,
This is a
but
dangerous
let's
business.
face
What I do is a
it.
dangerous
There was stuff getting
business.
approved that
You know,
Biden probably
they
didn't
tell
even
the
know
story of
about.
the car companies and different people in different professions. You
Trump
have
is getting a
race
lot
car
done, Biden
drivers
didn't.
as an
Yeah, I
example.
agree.
1/10 of 1%.
Biden, he started 2 wars.
Riders,
That's for sure.
1/10
Yeah.
Of 1%. That's not a lot, but it's people die. When you're president, it's about 5%. If somebody would have told me that, maybe I wouldn't have run. Okay? This is a very dangerous profession. Should, by the way,
What wars?
question, should
There's
going pay?
Ukraine and Russia. That started under Biden.
This is the opposite of Biden. Biden would take a half a question and he'd leave without answering it. Go ahead.
On Iran,
You tell me when it gets boring. Okay.
if Iran,
I feel like Biden. I feel like Biden could have done like maybe 5 minutes of this press conference,
if the intelligence
and this thing is like an hour long. Trump probably would have just kept going. He'd probably just keep going all day.
level that concerns you, would you consider bombing the country
Sure.
again?
Without question, absolutely.
Had any
Turned out to be unbelievable.
How you doing, Wolverine?
You
Thanks
know,
for subscribing, bro.
Incredible flyers and I call them the shots. These guys are unbelievable. Think from 52,000 feet, they hit the equivalent
X-Dust.
of a refrigerator.
X-Dust, thank you
They
for
actually
subscribing,
hit it
man.
right in the center, so it's much smaller than that. And just
Also,
bomb
guys,
after bomb
real
going
quick,
deeper, deeper, blowing
smash
up.
that subscribe button and
Incredible,
smash that like button. Every
incredible.
time you
And I
hit the
don't know
like
if the general
button,
is very
view
impressive.
count goes up
Raising Cane.
because every
You know, he's
like
the one
bumps
that
us a
beat
little bit higher
ISIS
in the YouTube
to me.
algorithm.
And he did it in a
So the more
matter of
people that like
weeks.
it, the more people pop in,
And
the
it
more
was
conversations we
gonna take
have.
4 or
So
5 years.
smash
When
it.
I got this job, I always said, if I get this job, I'm going to put that guy as the head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and Dan Kane. And he, when I heard his name was Raisin, his nickname is Raisin Kane. I said, you got to be kidding. So I liked him right from the
Raisin
beginning, when
Kane.
He knocked out ISIS in a time that nobody ever thought possible. And when this attack was completed and so successful, I said, now I know how you knocked out ISIS so quickly. But we
Putin
have
would
the
have
best
started either
people,
way.
we have the
Nah, I
best
don't think so.
equipment in the world. You know, I rebuilt the
Putin
military
Putin
during
didn't go
my-
into Ukraine
my 4
when Trump
years
was
during
president the
the
first
term.
time, did he?
We have the best equipment in the world. The problem is,
I mean,
we
let's
gave
face
away,
it.
you know, a lot of
If
it,
you were
but small,
Putin
relatively
and you
speaking, we
saw
gave
how
a
weak and
lot of it
pathetic
away.
Biden was,
Afghanistan shouldn't
why
happen.
wouldn't you go try to
That just
attack
shows how
Ukraine?
incompetent
You'd be
they
like,
were. They
I'm
gave
never
all
going to
that
get another
equipment away,
chance.
billions and billions
There's
of
never going to be a
dollars.
weaker president than
Shouldn't
Biden.
happen, but that was
He's
small
not even awake
compared
half
to
the
what we
time.
have. Now we have a great military.
If you were Putin, why wouldn't you go in under Biden? Like it just makes sense. I'm not saying it was the right thing to do. Obviously, Putin's in the wrong here. He should not have tried to invade Ukraine. But if you're Putin, why wouldn't you?
Congratulations on that treaty. There are talks that.
By favor, how you doing, Bye? Thank you for subscribing,
In the
bro.
Oval Office, we're going to have a signing with Rwanda and the Congo.
Thank you, man.
So
Appreciate
I'm
that.
a little out of my league in that one.
Jay
because I didn't know
about
too much
more
about it. I knew one
Mordix.
thing. They were
Jabba
going at it for many
Mordix.
years,
Thank you
and
for subscribing, man.
With machetes, it is one of the worst wars that anyone's ever seen. And I just happened to have somebody that was able to get it settled. I mean, just a brilliant person.
Real quick, guys. 729 people have voted on the poll we got going in the chat. You guys can vote if you haven't. I asked the question, are you Team MAGA? 61% say yes, and 39% say no. If you haven't voted, let me know if you're Team MAGA or not. I'm just curious how many people are supportive of Trump, how many people aren't. A lot of people, you don't even have to like Trump to think he's done some good things. And obviously, he's probably done some bad things too. He's not perfect. He screws up. You know? He screws up. He ain't a perfect dude. But, I mean, isn't he better than Biden? Definitely better than Kamala, okay? Kamala scared me. Jesus, Kamala scared me. I think Kamala is happy she didn't get elected. I think when Trump won, she was like, bro, thank God. I did not want to be president. I did not want to be president. That's probably what she was. She probably had a sigh of relief, and she's like, okay, sweet. Dodge that bullet. Literally. Possibly. Like, who? She's like, nah. Ain't it? Nah, we don't want that. And now she's like, I guess, trying to possibly run for the governor of California. Like, she's trying to take Gavin Newsom's place, because I guess Gavin Newsom is going to be running for president, obviously. So Kamala wants to run California now. Man, we in trouble, boys.
Is very comfortable.
If you live in
in that part of the
California, it's
world.
time to
Some of
move,
the
guys.
dangerous
It's time
part
to
of the world.
move.
I said, are you uncomfortable there? People are being killed. School children are being raided and killed. And I don't even want to say how, but as viciously as I've ever heard. Are you uncomfortable? No, that's the part of the world that I know. Very comfortable. Was able to get them together and sell it. And not only that, we're getting for the United States a lot of the
Fat
mineral
Steve,
rights
thank you
from
for
the
subscribing,
Congo.
man.
It's part of it. They're
Fat
so
Steve
honored to be
567.
here.
Thank you,
They
man.
never thought
Appreciate
they'd be
that.
coming to- Look, this is a very tough part of the world.
You a Minecraft fan,
They
Fat
never
Steve?
thought, they were just telling me they never thought they'd ever be.
I need to get into
coming
that
to the
game.
White House, and
I'm
they're
just
so
I'm just
honored.
really bad at
And so we're
Minecraft.
going to give them a great big reception, but that's after many years of fighting. It's a great thing.
Using tariffs like a
3
mob
o'clock,
shakedown. I mean, if you're going to get bullied by other countries and they're doing it, sometimes we got to turn around and do it to them. If someone keeps slapping you in the face, aren't you going to be like, hey, enough is enough?
Not really.
Enough is enough.
They're exhausted.
Wolverine says
And
it's
Israel's exhausted,
75 what? $75 here?
both of them.
What's $75?
And they both wanted it settled, both of them. And we did a great job, but they're exhausted. The last thing they're thinking about right now is nuclear.
Oh,
You know, they're
dang.
thinking
What?
of-
No,
thinking
you mean
about
750?
tomorrow, Trying to live at such a
75
mess.
it can't be
The place was
$75.
bombed to hell.
Are you talking like
And, no,
750?
I'm not worried about it at all.
750 is more believable.
And I'm putting out a little statement. I'm going to.
We're talking like 75 a barrel.
Ayatollah's statement yesterday that we won the war. Oh, God, we won the war. And I said, look, you're a man of great faith.
Real quick, I'm going to read JJ's comment. The president is a puppet as long as corporations and oligarchs have all the political clout they have. I'm never going to buy the idea any fortunate son could understand the working man. Type that to 75 for a full tank of gas. Oh, yeah. I just filled up my tank, and it was about $52, but I only have a 15-gallon tank. And here in Idaho, it's like $3.39 right now. It was obviously lower. It's starting to go back up again. But yeah, my whole tank, I filled it up for 51.
Man who's highly respected in this country. You have to tell the truth. You got beat to hell. And Israel was beat up too.
But, you know, I would rather have some high gas prices, pay a little bit more at the pump than have than let Iran have nukes. You know, it's like Iran having nukes or have to pay a little bit more gas prices. I'm going to take the higher gas prices because I would really not like Iran to have a nuke. Okay, I would really not like that. So, yeah, I'll pay a little bit more at the pump if it means I can sleep a little better at night. But that's just me.
Thank you so much for doing this. It's very refreshing for all of us here
It's a good
in
group.
this room.
It's refreshing.
Very refreshing. Yes, we have to have
Probably.
this.
I understand what you mean.
Trump is a comedian, guys. Trump is a freaking stand-up
Caroline's
comedian.
done a great job. You're referring to the past administration, not to Caroline, right?
Yes. Back to the ruling today, if you don't mind. So you have always talked about winning for the American people.
Right.
How do you think today's ruling will enable you to further deliver for American families and workers across?
Yeah, we're at
the country?
we're at 339. 239's that's pretty decent, bro.
Well, I think taking power away from these absolutely crazy radical left judges is a tremendous. This is such a big day. This is such a big.
Luckily, I don't drive a whole lot. I just basically drive to work and then home every day for the most part. So it's like 5 miles each way.
Big war that was going on and really affected.
Also got a couple e-bikes that I need to start using.
Think of it, the entire
And normal
continent of
bikes.
Africa was being affected, and we're settling that war today, and this will probably be.
Yaset in chat says, I drive a hybrid. I pay like $40 for a full tank. For your average non-hybrid car, yes, $75. If you drive a Chevy Suburban, it's like $125 for $145 for a full tank of gas. Yeah, it's actually went up like 20 cents a couple weeks ago, but it hasn't been any higher than. Yeah. It was like, I think it was like just under $3 for a while. Hey, who was that? Who just subscribed? Tess YouTube. Thank you, Tess. But yeah, it did go up like 20, 30 cents recently. Once the whole Ukraine-Israel thing started. But again, I would rather have some higher gas prices than Iran having
And it only takes bad
Did I say
power
Ukraine?
away from
Then
judges.
Iran?
You know,
I mean
just think
Iran
it
and
takes
Israel.
Bad power, sick power.
I'd rather have that than
and unfair
Iran having a
power.
nuke, you know.
And it's really going to
Diesel's up to
It's a very
$3.15.
monumental decision. Yeah, please.
Biden was the reason I invested in an e-bike. Yeah, I have 2 of them. But I need to drive them more often.
No.
Or could there be a...
We can do whatever we want. We could extend it. We could make it shorter. I'd like to make it shorter. I'd like to just send letters out to everybody. Congratulations, you're paying 25%. He doesn't want. He's a much nicer person than I am. Go ahead. You finish.
265 in Alabama? Nice. That's not bad. D-string.
And are you speeding up that process? I see Secretary...
Oh, he's terrible. He's terrible.
In California, it's pretty high in California, right? For a while, like when Biden was in office, wasn't it like almost $7?
Cameroon,
It was like almost $8 or
different
something, right?
places
It
are
still might
paying
be pretty high in
the
California.
same
I don't
as
know.
us. Because, you know, you have somebody sets a rate at 4% or 4.5%. It's hard to go out and say we should be paying 1%.
Can't
when
believe
you have
Biden
the
tried to
so-called
shut down
experts
civilians
doing
on
it.
having guns.
And the sad part is, you know, as per the question that
Yeah, you
asked
got to be able
about
to protect yourself,
tariffs,
you know?
uh,
The right
we
to
have
bear
the
arms.
tariffs,
Very
and
important.
we have less inflation than we had before. What we have is a hell of a lot more money, a hell of a lot more
Yeah.
income, and we shouldn't be.
I don't
paying
have a
rates for
Tesla,
that.
but
In other
I am a
words,
fan of Elon
when we
Musk.
pay
I think
rates, each point is
I think it was
equal
kind of
to
stupid of him to kind of start picking a fight with Trump, though,
$300
because
billion. So if we had it down,
I think that was
3 points,
stupid.
'cause I think we
But
should be at 1.
maybe he was trying to
You have Switzerland
purposely
is at
distance himself
0.25.
because people were,
In other
you know,
words, 25%
lighting
to
Teslas on
1%.
fire and stuff. So if he kind of
And,
acted
they're
like
the number one
he wasn't
right now.
pro-Trump
But we
anymore,
should be the
he's
number
like,
one.
okay, guys,
And soon you're gonna
leave
have,
my
I
companies
believe, I
alone,
think
please.
You're gonna have where the
Just
people
leave 'em
pay
alone.
you know, will pay. Like
But
we
I
had
think they'll
a few
patch
years
things up
ago,
eventually. But
where
I think that was kind of
put up
stupid of him
money,
to
you
do.
loan money, and I mean, you actually, instead of paying, you get paid. I love that. I don't know if it's any good, but I love it, where you put up money and you get paid. But we should be in a category, so we should be at the top of the list, not toward the bottom of the list.
Yeah, that Trump.
But
He
we have
also
a
said
man
he was
who's
in
not a
the
smart
Epstein
man,
files or something like
and
that. He was kind of
probably
going
has
off
something
the
arrangement syndrome.
deep end there for a while.
And, he's just not a smart person. What he's doing, though, he's hurting us for years to come.
But he might come
Because if
around
we
again.
borrow money at 2 points higher than we should be paying. That's $600 billion. Wouldn't you say those numbers are about right?
Yeah, Seth says, I like Elon. I love Tesla. I just wouldn't buy one because I don't want it getting keyed. I could have put all those stickers on it and thought this before. Elon was crazy. Yeah. He apologized publicly and said he took things too far. Yeah, he did. He did kind of apologize for some of the things he said. So maybe they'll patch things up again, you know? And I think Elon's done a lot for the country with Doge and just trying to cut government spending and just all the waste and abuse that's been happening. So Elon has done a lot for the country, and he just kind of got vilified for it. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. But I think he'll come around, you know.
So it's 2 points would be about 600, actually more than that, but about $600 billion, all because the guy doesn't want to lower the rates. He's doing the service a very
Yeah,
good
Starlink
service, and then
seems
he goes up
pretty
and talks
good.
about-
Kind of
I'd like to see
expensive though to
costs
start
come
off.
down. You know, he gets up and he does his little thing for 5 minutes.
I
and
have
he goes out and he
T-Mobile,
goes
which
back to
is
the
it's decent, but
Because
it's
I'd like
not
to see costs come down.
it's not amazing.
Well, he could lower the interest cost by $900 billion a year. All he has to do is lower rates. And everybody's saying, I was watching some of the business shows today, and they're saying, you know, Trump's right. He
Trump
should
Trump
really
did not
be
punch
cutting.
Elon.
The country's
Okay.
doing well. We have no inflation. Now, despite him, we're doing great. But if
Some
we get
people
the
were
rates down,
saying
we will
Elon
get
got in
rocket
like
ship.
a
So I
fight
think
with
that'll
the
be
I think
it.
it was the
And I just
Treasury
wanna thank
Secretary or
everybody.
something. Like in the hallway, like they got into a shoving match or something. So there were some reports of something like that. I don't know if that's true. Elon said like his kid punched him in the eye or something like that. So I don't know if we'll ever know the reason behind it. Who knows?
Iran being nuclear. And all I said is it will not be nuclear, and it's not going to be nuclear.
No nukes.
And
no nukes,
I
guys.
want to give credit to a lot of people, and most importantly to our great military. Boy, they put out that fire. Once that happened, once those bombs got dropped, that war was over. That war was
Yeah,
over.
plus
But I
Elon
just
bought
want to
Twitter.
compliment them
And if
incredibly.
Elon hadn't
The
bought
general
Twitter,
and all of his generals.
man, we would still be
Pete
getting
Hegseth was
censored so
great.
much.
They will, and now I want
And
to
if you
compliment
if you
Pam.
stepped out of line even a little bit and try to like get the truth out there or ask any questions, you would have got censored. Just like with the Hunter Biden laptop story, everybody was saying that was Russian disinformation, and the people that were saying no, it's actually real, they were getting censored, shadow banned. If Elon hadn't bought Twitter for like what $22 billion or something, man, we'd be in bad shape. We would be in bad shape, boys, because there would be nowhere to go for actual like information.
A lot of genius went into this. You know, people, if you don't say it exactly right, if the Supreme Court doesn't get it because it's incorrectly spoken about, and that happens. A lot of cases.
Hey guys, we got 85 likes on this video. Thank you guys for smashing that like button. Appreciate it.
She's going to go down as a great attorney general.
And if you haven't
I may
subscribed, consider
change my
subscribing.
mind about that. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll have call and say I was only kidding. She's going to go down as a great attorney general. This was a tremendous win, and we've had tremendous wins, but this was a tremendous win today. So I just want to congratulate you and Todd and your whole.
This was a long press conference, guys. This was almost just under an hour long.
Who is with?
We're gonna watch some other videos after this, so stick around, guys, because I've kind of been out of the loop for like the past 2 days. I know Hegseth had a news conference as well. So let's see if we can find the one where he was talking. Let me see here. Let's go to this news. Let's type in news real quick. What is happening at the moment? News. You have any breaking news? This was 7 hours ago. Trump takes multiple questions from the reports from the Oval Office. Okay, so we did another one. This was all in the same day? Dang, Trump don't stop, boys. This one's from Forbes Breaking News.
It's great, huh? 30 years. 30 years.
Trump don't stop, boys. You don't stop. President Trump meets with the foreign ministers of Congo and Rwanda at the White House. It should be interesting. This is June 27, 2025.
Thank you very much, and I'd like to ask
That's today.
Caroline, who's become very famous.
How you doing, Mark French? Good evening, man. How you doing?
She has a person who's a colleague of hers.
Trump does love talking. Yeah, you're right about that.
Who comes from the area and knows exactly what's happening, Caroline.
Definitely never a boring day with Trump in the White House. You know.
Ariana, who is from the continent of Africa. She's been a reporter here in the United States for many years, and she has a story to share with the press, with the media, and with these two fantastic leaders who have joined you today. So, Ariana, please.
Why don't you come up here and talk so they can see?
Sure.
That'd be great. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr.
It's a great honor.
Thank you, Mr. President. So, as Caroline has mentioned, President, first of all, I want to let you know that I'm the only African reporter accredited here at the White House and I cover for the entire continent. So I just arrived from Congo, Democratic Republic of the Congo, yesterday. I went to see firsthand how the people is feeling and the president's message, President Felix Tshisekedi, about this upcoming peace deal. And let me tell you firsthand what I've witnessed myself. I spoke with the people on the street. I spoke with youth. They know your name. They know that a president named President Trump is working hard to finally bring peace to the country. I saw hope.
See, even people in Congo, they know Trump's working hard. They can see it.
Doing as a future, better future for Congo. And I had opportunity to sit down with President Felix Tshisekedi for an interview because I want to understand his mind, what he's thinking, his feeling about everything that your administration is doing. And he told me firsthand that for many years, many American presidents overlooked this conflict. They didn't do nothing. Even myself, I cover President Biden's administration. I pressed many times about this conflict.
Biden didn't do anything.
In Congo, this country has so much
peace is in the air, yes.
They need help because this war is destroying the country. They never gave me any answer. And he told me, President Tshisekedi, that he's very, you have no idea, he's very—
Giovanni, how you doing, Giovanni?
For what your administration is doing, not only him, the entire Congolese people, they see that finally they will have hope. And President Tshisekedi also mentioned at the end of my interview that when peace finally comes to the Democratic Republic of the Congo, he's thinking to nominate you as a Nobel Prize Peace because he said you deserve
Nobel Peace Prize, another nomination possibly. You think he'll win the Nobel Peace Prize, guys?
That's so nice, boy, and that's so beautifully stated.
They gave it to Biden.
And Caroline said, number one.
I mean, not Biden. They gave it to Obama.
Incorrect. She said, she's beautiful, and you are beautiful. I'm not allowed to say that, you know, that could be the end of my political career, but I said it anyway. But you are beautiful, and you're beautiful inside. So I wish I had more reporters like you. So you covered Africa for a long time?
Yes, for over 10 years.
Wow.
I cover even your first administration.
Yes, I know that. That's great. Well, thank
Piece
you.
of cake.
That's so nice that you said that. Appreciate it.
And I have one more question,
Yes.
Mr. President. Since we know in July or in the future, both President of Rwanda and the Congo will be coming to the United States. In Africa, President João Lourenço, the president of Angola, he is also the leader of African Union.
Good.
He
Yes, I
worked very hard to bring peace, but unfortunately—
Let's get him here.
Yes, that's
okay.
right.
Would you invite him for me?
Of course.
Okay.
See, making deals. We're making deals right here. We're making deals left and right. He doesn't stop.
So the union all over.
The man doesn't
Not
stop.
The kind of union that we have. This is the
Trump
union
calls it
all
beautiful.
over
Yep.
Africa, and I'd love to have him, so you'll let him know.
Of course, Mr. President.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Good. Now you go back.
Do me a favor, guys. Smash that like button if you're enjoying the live stream. And if you want to see more of my content, consider hitting that subscribe button as well.
And a real heart, too. Congratulations.
Hey, somebody. In the beginning, just subscribed. Thank you, man. Like the name, by the way. In the beginning.
For the cause of peace, and this is a long time waiting.
That is a
the
big
signing of
desk.
the historic peace agreement between the Democratic Republic of the Congo and the Republic of Rwanda. The conflict has continued, and it's
This
been
live
going
stream
on
has
for
had
many years.
over
It's been going
31,000
they
views.
say 30 years.
It's like more than CNN, boys. It's more than CNN gets in a week. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Maybe even time before that.
Any CNN fans out there?
Lakes region must be beautiful, right? Beautiful region, but they had a lot of war, right? A lot of fighting. A lot
I think
of
CNN can put out some good stuff when they want to, but you know. And yes, man, I do play games. This is primarily a gaming channel, so I play a lot of games here, but I also like reacting to political videos every now and then. And I do talk about politics and whatnot. I talk about pretty much anything you guys want to talk about, but things have been pretty spicy with Iran and Israel lately, so we've been kind of keeping in the loop with the news that's been happening. But yeah, it's primarily a gaming channel, so I play a lot of video games.
At least 6
The Midas
million
Touch,
people
yes.
were killed during that period of time. It's incredible.
God bless the
Somebody said that was actually
USA.
the biggest war on the planet since World War II.
D-String says, hell no.
that's
Ain't no
a
fan of
shame.
CNN. Hell
I'm
no.
going to bring it to an end. I want to express my gratitude.
I don't even think CNN's a fan of
to the
CNN.
representatives of the Democratic Republic of the Congo and
Agenda-free
the Republic
news?
of Rwanda.
I don't know if they're doing
Who
anything
signed
right
this
now, man.
pivotal agreement a short time ago. They just signed.
We can check after this, though.
And let me also thank Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who has worked very hard on
Why do you feel like you have seen me? Because you probably have, man. Giovanni, I think you popped in here before.
leadership as well as senior advisor for
YouTube's really been pushing my channel lately. So maybe I popped up when you were scrolling through different live feeds or shorts.
spends a lot of his time in Africa. And he's
Normally I got a green screen on, but
Were you at all
that's in the other room at the moment. So I just got the white background right now.
And he said, no.
That's in my living room. I need to get another green screen, but
You need somebody that's going to be.
because I don't want to keep moving them back and forth.
Thank you very much for the job.
And yes, I do play Fortnite, Giovanni.
Actually, I also want to thank African Union.
I do.
Qatar, Togo, for working closely with the United States.
And again, guys, we passed 7,000 subscribers tonight. That is historic. We've been trying to get that for a while, and we just like blew past it. Like at the beginning of this live stream, we were like 6,000, I think 900 or something, and now we're like, I don't know, 7,000, 7,030 or something like that. So if you hit that subscribe button, guys, thank you for that. 7,069, dang! You guys are crazy. We're on our way to 8,000 now.
A couple of others also.
Have you played Battlefield? Yes, I did. I played that last night, G-Dog. It's actually pretty good. I was getting my butt kicked, but I was getting some kills.
It didn't happen. We were able to stop it, but I have a friend in Serbia, and they said we're going to go to war again.
I'm kind of getting the hang of it. I'm a little bit better at it with the controller than I am with keyboard.
Kosovo,
But yeah, it's legit. For $3, it was only $3 on Steam, so
we stopped it because of trade.
I'm liking
In
it.
the United States, I said we don't trade with people that go to war. And we said that also with, if you take a look at Pakistan and India, it was great. They have two great leaders, and they were able to stop. They were in the midst of a big fight. I guess everybody saw, and it was going to get very bad. And they are nuclear nations, very powerful nuclear nations. In the months and years ahead, my administration will continue to work closely with all of the parties in this deal and ensure the.
Yeah, there's a lot of Steam discounts going on. I think it's like the summer sale right now.
What's in the agreement? We'll say you better do what's in that agreement, right? Because if somebody fails to do that, bad things happen. But I have a feeling that after 30 years, I think after 30 years, you're all set.
We are.
I think both of you have said that's enough, right? That's enough. Yeah. That's enough. You've seen it all. So this is a.
Oh, for PlayStation, Battlefield's still kind of pricey.
We've
Yeah.
had some tremendous success. It's been a great week between just coming back from a very successful trip, NATO, NATO's really pulled together. They have. They're going to spend over $1 trillion a year.
NATO's supposedly going to be stepping up and putting more money in because the U.S. has been putting in the most money, and now they're going to be putting in, I guess, 5%.
Exactly a 12-day war.
Each country's going to be putting in 5%.
Nuclear weapons. That's what we wanted.
I think they were only doing like 2% maybe before.
They were just absolutely blown to pieces, those 3 sites. And there's no nuclear weapons, and hopefully there can be a lot of healing, and the healing is starting. And it's been a really pretty amazing week, and this is one that I really look forward to. This was set up a few weeks ago, and it was something that I really look forward to. If we can do this, and we do that because we have a certain competence that's good, we're able to get people to be peaceful. I think we can do war better than anybody, but we don't want to. And we have the
We don't want the wars, but if we got to, we do it better than all of them.
Those pilots, they flew for 30
We swing that big stick better than anybody,
and,
but we don't want to. We don't want to swing the stick.
the size of this desk, half the size of this
But when
desk,
America swings
from
the
about
stick, we swing the
52,000
stick.
feet in the dark of night with no moon.
According to
Zero,
CNN, though, our
they
stick
wanted it
always
that way.
misses.
Can you believe it? And they hit, every missile hit exactly half the size of this beautiful Resolute desk. We don't want to talk about it when it comes to rockets hitting it, but half the size of this, and they hit dead center from tremendous heights, going at tremendous speeds. It's amazing. Nobody could do a thing like that. Nobody has that weaponry, and nobody could do a thing like that. So we had a very busy and successful week. And in addition to that, our economy's doing
Oh, let me check the poll real quick, guys. 800 people, over 800 people have voted so far. I asked you guys the question, are you team MAGA? 61% say yes and 39% say no. So it's still about the same, but dang, 809 votes. That's a lot.
Leadership, Mr. President, and the full support of Secretary Rubio and
That's a lot of votes, guys.
The State Department. We engaged with the two parties in early April, and within 3 weeks they signed the Declaration of Principles. And now within about 2 months from that, we have signed today the final, this is actually the final peace agreement. You know, many people were wondering if this is preliminary. No, this is the actual final peace agreement that they've signed today. You've also expressed interest in inviting the heads of states.
Do you guys think J.D. Vance will be the next president?
So there will be some other additional agreements that will be signed.
Some people say J.D. Vance and Marco Rubio would be a good combo.
As the Washington Accord with regards to the Great Lakes region.
That's great.
There are some economic...
Why not the Trump Accord?
If you wish.
The Trump Accord?
I think that's a great Washington Accord. Beautiful.
And there's an economic aspect as well that is extremely important for both countries. They have also worked last week.
Eastring says, him with Vivek, VP got my vote. Vivek is really smart.
Which both countries will be signing.
I almost wished, well, I wanted Vivek to be his VP pick at first, but then when I saw J.D. Vance, I think J.D. Vance and Trump really fit well together.
Some other people. Besides the gentleman we talked about, who we know has worked so hard.
So I think they picked the right person.
Deserving, let us know.
But yeah, Vivek is definitely could be president one day if he plays his cards right.
Minerals deal with
Very smart guy.
Critical minerals. Many American companies have shown interest in investing in the DRC, and these we're talking about long-term investments. Same thing with Rwanda. Many American companies have shown interest.
But yeah, I hope Vance runs. I mean, you might say I'm not going to run. He might just want to, just spend time with his family and not have to deal with all the politics anymore. But hopefully he runs. I feel like he's probably going to run.
Just 2 days ago, the United States signed and supported a project of $1.5 billion for electric transmission from Angola to the DRC. And there are many other projects of that nature.
Want Vivek first, but I like Vance, and I know being in Alabama, it's good for us blue-collar guys. Yeah.
And with the support of Qatar.
Hey, thank you, Crazy447. Thank you, man. Remember to turn on notifications, guys, if you haven't. Click on the little bell so you get notified every time I stream.
Getting along so well is probably the way we were brought together, and we have a lot of our big companies are there, between rare earth and all of the other things that they do in Africa, which is very greatly expanding, especially in these two countries. You have Earth. They consider it to be about the best in the world, actually, I've heard. So we're doing a lot of different things, and it's all going to bring everybody together. That's how this all began, I guess. But the big thing is, the big thing for me is there's really only one thing, and that's getting a peace treaty with two countries that have been fighting for 30 years. And I want to thank you all. Will, if you could, you could bring the letters over.
Of course, sir. So in front of you, as you said, sir, these are the actual agreements that were signed respectively by the foreign ministers of the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda earlier today, witnessed by Secretary Rubio. We've also prepared for you two letters. This is to President
Just checking
Paul
some
Kagame
stats
of
real
Rwanda,
quick.
Expressing your appreciation and congratulations for everything that's happened already, and of course inviting him to Washington for, as Dr. Bula said, what we hope will be the Washington Accords, finally setting the terms for peace and prosperity in this region, hopefully for a very long time.
Would be great for Vance to run for president with Trump as his vice president.
That's beautiful.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then Vance just steps down, and then Trump becomes president again, right?
Just going to put a nice picture of us here. Okay. Thank you. That's
And this is a letter to President Tshisekedi of the Democratic Republic of Congo, again congratulating him on settling.
Democrats
this
would lose their
long-running
minds.
war and inviting
Trump
him to Washington,
2028.
D.C. for the final conclusion
Cyber
of
controller.
the
Yeah,
agreement.
man.
Hopefully
Trump loves to troll that. He's like, maybe I'll run again. And then the media just goes nuts. It's like, he said he's going to run again. He's never going to leave office. He just loves trolling.
That's right.
How you doing, Proud Confederate and Cyber Controller? Welcome to the stream, guys.
So I'd like to ask JD to say a few words. Great.
Okay,
Vice
JD,
President
our boy
of
JD is
Rwanda.
going to speak. What's he going to say?
And go ahead.
Great. Well, first, let me welcome the foreign ministers of Rwanda and Congo. It's great to have you in the Oval Office. And second, let me say congratulations to the President, to Secretary Rubio, and the entire team. I think for the people of these two countries, they should know that the United States is committed to the pathway of peace. But to my fellow Americans, this is really a celebratory moment. This is a big moment for our country because under the President's leadership, we've taken what was 30 years of killing and war, the worst war in terms of death count since World War II, and now we're on a pathway to peace. And
Sandra,
so
how you
if I
doing,
think about
Sandra?
what
Sandra?
I know about these two countries for 30
Real quick, guys, shout out to Sandra Logue in the chat. She hit the member button, hit the link in the chat a couple of weeks ago. So thank you, Sandra, for becoming a member. I appreciate it. You're helping keep the lights on and my internet going. So big shout out to Sandra. Thank you again, Sandra.
years, pretty much the entire
I think
time
your name
that
should
I
be
can
down
remember
in that little
these
thing
two
that's
countries being in
scrolling
the
down
news,
there too.
much of the
I think I got your
story
name
has
down
been
there.
about them fighting one another, about them
Thank you
killing
again,
one
Sandra.
another.
Appreciate it.
And now we can look forward to a future where my children will look at this moment as the beginning of a new story, a story of prosperity and of peace. So
Game over. How you doing,
Mr.
Game
President,
over? Welcome to the stream, man.
congratulations to the entire team and to my fellow Americans. We should all be really proud because it's amazing what active presidential leadership can accomplish when it's geared towards peace.
When you're not sleeping and
prosperity,
eating ice cream.
and that's what we're
Yeah.
doing in the Oval Office right now. So great job.
It's amazing what you can get done.
JD and Marco, and then we're going to ask the two principals to speak.
Yes, sir. Mr. President, first of all, thank you. When I first came on this job a few months ago, you made it very clear that one of the priority of this administration under your leadership was going to be the pursuit
I also
of
like
peace.
Marco.
And from day one, whether it's been in Ukraine and Russia, whether it's been Pakistan, India, whether it's been Iran and Israel, and in the continent of Africa, your priority's been on peace. And today we see this come to fruition. It's sad. Wars get a lot more attention than peace. But peace is harder than war, a lot harder. And I want to congratulate both of the leaders here and their respective presidents for choosing the harder path, which is often peace, than the easier path, which sometimes is war, as costly and as bloody as it may be. And I echo the Vice President's statements, and that is that Americans should be very proud that the #1 voice for peace in the world today is our president, your president. And so thank you, President.
We want
Trump.
peace, guys.
And I want to,
Peace.
again, recognize Dr. Boulos and the work he's put into this from day one. He's really put a lot of time and effort, and as our friends from the respective
Yeah, I like
countries
Rubio.
share with us. And last point, I do want to thank, you've done this already, but the African Union,
Better than Cruz?
Togo, and Qatar, who have been extraordinary partners.
Yeah,
and
Ted
helping
Cruz.
in need
I
to continue
like
to
Ted
receive
Cruz.
in order to bring all this
He's got some
So,
a little extreme in some
congratulations to both of you.
aspects,
Thank you,
but
Mr. President.
yeah, I like Ted Cruz.
Do you want to start? Either way.
Hey, thank you. InMex 2008.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Again,
very much.
Thank you,
so
man,
much,
for
Mr.
hitting that
President,
subscribe
for
button.
having
Appreciate
us
you.
here. I think I can summarize
My contribution
Remember, guys, if you're watching, just tuning in for the first time, if you're just scrolling by on your feed, hit the subscribe button because you might never find me again. If you swipe up, you might never see me again. That's just how YouTube works. So definitely hit that subscribe button if you're liking the content. I play a lot of video games on the channel too. So if you're gamers out there, I do a lot of that on the channel as well.
We need the United States to make sure that this agreement holds and that you hold us accountable. And the third point is, if you stay on board, I think there are so many perspectives that we can transform our partnerships through and that can usher in an era of prosperity.
Loco Diner, thank you, man, for subscribing, bro.
Bilateral relationships.
And for sure, man, glad you found me.
The challenges that we've shared together, and that can at least, or finally, focus on the potential and of the wealth that we can share. So again, our heartfelt gratitude to you on my behalf, but more importantly, on behalf of the people of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Thank you so much.
Beautifully spoken, and I look forward to seeing your leader. They will highly respect.
I'm going to ask another question for the chat. What should I ask?
All over the world, but in Africa in particular. So sometime in July, we'll do something, big ceremony.
We look forward to it.
Thank you very much. Please.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. This is indeed a historical day because it's the signing of a peace agreement between Congo and Rwanda.
What should I ask in the chat, guys?
A conflict that has been going on for 30 years. And there has been many mediation, facilitation in the past, but none of them succeeded. And we believe that it's because of your
They spelled president wrong? Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they? They did. Forbes breaking news. They spelled it wrong.
This process with also a new approach of
that guy's losing his job. Nicky Lou, welcome, man.
Is important to allow Rwanda and DRC working together because this is a very rich region with cross-border trade, with minerals, with natural wealth. So with the U.S. Standing side by side with Rwanda and DRC, we believe that we will achieve a long time.
Okay, guys, I asked you a new question in the chat. Question is, will J.D. Vance be the next president? Feel free to weigh in and vote on that. We'll check back in a couple minutes and see. I'm just curious what you guys think.
Peace.
Hey, and we got 100 likes on this video. Thank you for the likes, guys. If you haven't already, smash that like button.
It's important
Smack it.
Stay committed. Today we signed, but now we need to implement what we have signed in order to open this new.
And for sure, Nikki.
Talking about of prosperity, so that we can reap the economic dividend of peace. So for this economic integration framework to be implemented, it's important for the U.S. to accompany the parties to implement what we have signed, because in the past we have signed so many agreements that were not implemented. And we are really, we believe that...
Hernandez says, yes, he would be a great president. I think he'd do pretty good.
We will reach that goal. So thank you very much, Mr. President.
Well, this will happen definitely.
And I think like a while back, like it was maybe only a month in, a reporter asked Trump, like, do you think Vance will be the person you kind of get behind to run for president after you know your term is up? And Trump's like, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see how good of a job he does. So I thought that kind of spoke volumes, because he could have just been like, oh yeah, Vance is great. Vance is going to be a great president. But like, he's only a month in. Like, Trump doesn't know if Vance is going to be a good president yet. He doesn't even know if he's going to be a good VP yet, you know? So Trump's like, yo, give it some time. Let's see how he does as the VP. You know, I thought that was very interesting, because a lot of people would just be like, oh yeah, he's next. He's next in line. But Trump's like, no, let him prove himself first. You know, he's not just going to skate by. This ain't a free ride. Like, we'll see if he's actually a good VP, and then we'll talk about president after this. You know, it's like a job interview, you know? He's a former Marine and good under pressure. Yeah, he's very good under pressure. Very well-spoken, very smart guy.
And I just wanted to give you each. You signed
I think he'd be a pretty good president. That's what I think, but that's just me.
We'll make sure that you follow through. We'll make sure you follow through.
Thank you again, guys, for smashing that subscribe button.
Okay, that's for you.
A lot of new subscribers tonight, a lot of returning subscribers. Queen Shabakt. Well, JD learning from the best. True story, Queen.
I'm going to give you a second one for your leader.
And thank you again, Sandra Logue in chat, for hitting the join button.
He's a serious.
Clicking that link at the
point.
top
You
of the
don't
chat and
wanna-
becoming a member. Thank you,
you don't
Sandra,
wanna listen
again.
to people.
Appreciate
I
it.
think that your reporter from Africa should get one. What do you think? Is she allowed?
I saw.
I think yes. Are the reporters okay with it? Brian, yes? Darling, that's for you. Okay? You did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
And I heard you do a great job in covering everything. Thank you.
And Mr. President, we actually have the.
She just gave her one.
Earlier.
It's pretty nice.
Ministers here already.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Thank you.
Let me see
New
that.
Fallout is coming? There's a new Fallout coming? You talking about the game?
Yes, sir.
Oh, they look better.
Elaroo 66? There's a new Fallout game. You're talking about like actual Fallout from like nukes. Hopefully not actual Fallout.
Beautiful. That's great.
The content president, guys. Thank you, Henry, for subscribing, bro. Welcome to the community, man. Henry Nopes. Is that how you pronounce it? Nopes.
For you. That's for you.
And James Redman, or Reedman. Might be Reedman. Thank you, James.
What is it?
Appreciate you, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great that he gave the reporter a gold coin, too. Yeah, I thought that was kind of cool.
He wouldn't give us one.
That's very nice.
He would have made a big mistake. Isn't that nice? That's for you.
And everybody's like, Trump's racist. Trump hates black people. Well, he seems like he's not that racist.
This is for you.
He doesn't seem very racist to me. He seems to like treat everybody basically with a lot of respect. Doesn't matter what race you are. Seems pretty nice to everyone he talks to, except the media. He kind of hates CNN,
Because this is about
among
a
others.
subject right now. This is right now actually a much more important subject. We just ended a war that was going on for 30 years where 6 million people died. So don't ask me a trade question on Canada.
Mr. President, Kara Castro from
Ooh.
Lindell TV.
Trump punches back, yo.
And congratulations, has secured peace in Africa to a bloody, horrific war that's gone on for decades and no other president could do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think the mainstream media will finally...
I'm telling you. But you're right. No other president could do it. They tried and they didn't even try, I don't think. I actually don't think they tried. Do you think Biden tried? He didn't know he was alive.
He didn't even know he was alive.
No.
Oh.
He will never give me credit.
Oh, what a blow there.
That's why I'm here. The people didn't give me. That's why we're here in a landslide. We got all 7 states. We won the popular vote. So the media won't give me credit, but the people give me credit. That's more important to me.
You're going to go down as a peacemaker. You're also going to go down for president.
Trump the peacemaker.
Border crossings in May. You secured the border most than anybody has ever done. But I don't know if you know this. You're on track right now to have a.
If you're just joining us, guys, we are watching the Trump, I guess you call it an Oval Office press conference. Taking multiple questions from the press. He's also talking about talking with the foreign ministers of Congo and Rwanda at the White House, but he's taking a lot of questions. And then later today, we just watched it, but he took more questions. Man, this guy don't stop. And he only gets like 5 hours of sleep every night. Crazy. Yeah, Trump don't hold back.
In history in this country, and I think a lot largely goes.
A queen says, I never thought Trump was racist. I had the pleasure of meeting him when I was 15 in 1984. Oh, really? That's really cool.
Murder rate in U.S. history.
Yeah, I saw that the other day, and that's
Very
an
cool.
honor. I mean, and that's really even better because we've taken a lot of illegals into the country through the Biden administration that are murderers. 11,888 to be exact, and many of them are now gone. We got rid of them; they're back where they belong. But so it's a great honor. If you took that out, the numbers would be even better. They've created a lot of problems.
You Truth Social earlier about getting money to the air traffic controllers and the big beautiful bill, which hopefully, praise God, if we get this thing signed. What does that mean to that industry that have been suffering the last couple of years, quite a decade of being underfunding? How that changed the safety of air travel?
Well, they've underfunded the airports for years, and I started the process of getting it.
We got to get the
completed
air
in terms
traffic
of,
controllers
the
back on
equipment
track.
necessary
We need to
land the
update the
plane,
systems
doing
because they are
things like
pretty old.
helicopter accidents.
Delo
The plane
McNeil?
would have
How you doing,
never happened.
Delo?
They had the right
Am I pronouncing that right?
modern
Delo?
equipment.
Delo?
It would have been bells and
There's
whistles would
not.
have
They're
been
not asking
going on
questions. They're
all over the
just
place.
glazing him,
And
and
I had it all
then he
set.
says
When
he
I
likes
wasn't
them.
Here, they
I mean,
totally dropped it.
You know?
You had a terrible head of transportation.
At least
We
he's
have a very good
speaking.
one now, Sean Duffy. But you had
Biden didn't even do that.
He'd ride to work on his bicycle. He didn't know
Biden
what
couldn't even
was
answer
going
the
on.
nice
It was
questions.
terrible. So he totally dropped that. It was a project that should have happened, and I was all set. But we had a very sad experience with the voting, and so we didn't get to do that. But now I'm doing it, and we're going to have a great system. And it's funded partially by the bill. It's the initial funding is by the bill, and then it gets to be funded. The rest of it comes a little bit later as we build it out. But we're going to build out the best in the world. We have the best.
The best
companies
of the
in
world.
A couple of countries have very good systems. In fact, I noticed when I was landing, my pilot often would use the system of another country, and I said, "What are you doing that for?" He said, "The United States system is so bad."
It's so
we have
bad.
the best companies that do that in the world.
Real quick, guys, if you haven't already, vote on the poll we got going in the chat. I asked the question, will J.D. Vance be the next president? So far, 32 people have voted. 53% say yes, and 47% say no. So if you haven't voted on the poll in the chat yet, throw in your opinion there, and we'll check back in a couple minutes. But 53 to 47, so almost half and half.
Bidding. You have Raytheon, you have IBM, you have a lot of different companies bidding, and we'll get the best one, the best system for the best price. And they're going to go to town and give us a system that will be better than any other system in the world. And you won't have planes bunking.
Oh,
into
at
each
Virginia
other
State
35,000
Capitol,
feet.
and took a trip to New York. Nice.
On the subject of peace deals, how close are you and your administration to a deal in terms of Gaza, of a ceasefire right now?
Often asked, and I think it's close. I just spoke with some of the people involved. It's a terrible situation that's going Gaza. He's asking about, and we think within the next week we're going to get a ceasefire.
Only politician I ever met was Herbert Humphrey when I was in 6th grade.
Because we have to. I mean, you have to. We're in theory not involved in it, but we're involved because people are dying. And I look at those crowds of people that have no food, no anything, and we're the ones that are getting it there. Some of it's being taken by some bad people, if you give it and you give it out, and they're supposed to be taking care of the people, and they end up stealing the food and selling it. But we have a pretty good system now. But so we're helping with that. You see the lines of people that just get one meal essentially, but. It's too bad other countries aren't helping out. Nobody's helping out. We're doing that because I think we have to on a humanitarian basis. Like this, we didn't have to get involved in Africa, but we did because we thought it was. I mean, I've been reading like.
He was a
Chinese
Minnesota
studies,
senator in the 70s. Huh.
Much of his life, he's been just seeing this about this brutal war. And it actually got a lot of publicity because of.
If you guys are just joining the stream, welcome to the channel.
Nobody's ever seen it.
My name's Adam. I play a lot of video games. I react to political videos like this. I react to different stuff, but I'm really into keeping up to date with everything that's been going on with Iran and Israel lately, and what's been going down in the White House as of late. A lot of crazy, interesting things happening. But yeah, I play a lot of video games as well. So if you're gamers out there and you like watching video games, or if you like watching people suck at video games, then this is the channel for you, okay? Because I'm not great. I'm pretty bad. But we have fun.
Another conflict that I know you've been working on, sir, is it true that you have reached out with a letter to North Korea's Kim Jong-un?
Well,
North Korea.
There's a conflict. I get along with him very, very well, and we'll get the conflict solved with North Korea. I've had a good relationship with Kim Jong-un, and
Little Rocket Man.
I've gotten along with him really great. So we'll see what happens.
Remember during his
But
first term when he was straight up
somebody said
calling
there's
Kim
a
Jong-un
potential
Little
conflict.
Rocket Man?
I think we'll work it out if there is. It wouldn't involve us, but again, we're
Nice.
very far away from a lot of these
Very
places
cool.
that we're solving problems with. But I enjoy doing it. I like doing it, and it's the right thing to do. And we have an ability to get it done. So we're solving things that we didn't have a lot to do. Serbia, Kosovo, I told you, we solved a potential disaster. I can tell you that some of the countries that you're not going to hear about, but some countries that were ready to go to war with their neighbor are not going to go to war with their neighbor, and that's a great thing. We have a number of them. But I'm very happy about India and Pakistan.
Dr. Spoosh7 says, do you think J.D. Vance could be our next president only if Trump dies in office because he is again 70-something, right?
Has nuclear weapons. Pakistan has
And I think J.D. Raul Duke, thank you, Raul, for subscribing. I think J.D. has a pretty good chance of becoming president, regardless, man. I think a lot of people like J.D.
Are you concerned that the Iranians may have...
He's the most obvious pick
at Pickaxe Mountain
after Trump's term is up.
The last thing they're thinking about right now,
Unless somebody else steps up. I mean, obviously, one of Trump's sons could run for president, I suppose. But I think one of his sons will run for president in the future. Like, there'll be another Trump in office. Like, there's no two ways about it. Like, at some point in the future, another Trump is gonna run and probably win. But I think JD is probably the next logical choice. Thank you, Thin Beam Image. Thin Beam Image. Thank you for subscribing, man. Appreciate you.
Israel suffered greatly. It was a nasty 12 days. And
I think it'll be JD though.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
That's if he wants to run. Maybe he doesn't want to run. We'll see.
Patriot missiles to Ukraine. Have you made up your mind about that yet?
I may. Go ahead.
On this context, Mr. President, there are a few unanswered questions that remain in this deal. For example, will Rwandan on this deal, on this conflict, for example, will Rwandan troops pull back from parts of the DR Congo, and also will the M23 rebel group be allowed to remain in parts of eastern DR Congo? Do you have any answer to those?
Well, let me ask you that question. You want to answer that one? It sounds like an interesting question for you. Go ahead, please.
Thank you very much. In the agreement we signed, we have taken the concept of operation for the neutralization of the FDLR, which is a vicious genocidal movement, and the lifting of Rwandan defensive measures.
He was Johnson's vice president?
Last year in November, so we will implement it. This
sounds like a monarchy if his sons are running.
To do both things, to neutralize.
I think reporters have asked his sons if they would think about running in the future, and they said like they're not opposed to the idea. I don't think they're going to be running next time. This will probably be like years down the road. But I think at some point, one of his sons might run.
To have a peace deal also.
In the same way, George Bush, his son.
Things are taken care of.
His son ran.
Will the United States be enforcing this agreement?
We're going to be working with them to get it enforced.
But I think JD's the most logical choice.
A lot of pressure on to make sure it gets.
Just because your last name is Trump doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be
and they'll get it done.
Good at being president.
They love their. One thing I learned very quickly is how much you love your country and you want to get it done. And they know
but JD, he'll have like 4 years of experience.
Things happen, but I think we're well beyond that.
Kind of hit the ground running. I think he's the most logical choice if he wants to run.
I don't think they ever tried. I don't think it's like they couldn't do it.
We got 40 votes so far, guys. I asked you, will JD Vance be the next president? 51 people say yes and 49 people say no. So it's kind of half and half. You haven't voted? Vote on that poll. 50 people have voted. Well, 49.
One of the parts violate this peace agreement because we don't want.
You think somebody under 40?
Come back to.
Well, I'd rather not.
How old is JD?
I would just say that there are big penalties if they violate, and they're not going to. I don't think they will violate. I think they mean it, but we have very.
Barron Trump has no interest in being POTUS. Did he say that? Yeah, but he has like 2 other sons, right?
Why are you deciding to end trade talks with Canada, and what rate are you looking to set?
So Canada put a charge on some of our companies, and Canada's been a very difficult country to deal with.
And guys, thank you again for smashing that like button.
Canada, we have a great relationship with the people of Canada, but it's been very difficult. And they put a charge, and they were a little bit early. We found out about it. So, and we have all the.
JD is 40.
We have every single one. We don't want to do anything bad, but they have economically, we have such power over Canada. I'd rather not use it, but they did something with our tech companies today trying to copy Europe. They copied Europe. It's not going to work out well for Europe either, and it's not going to work out well for Canada. They were foolish to do it. And so I said, we're going to stop all negotiations with Canada right now.
Trump don't mess around.
Straighten out their act. Okay?
Trump's like, we ain't going to negotiate with Canada anymore. It's like, screw it. They don't want to come to the table, screw it. We ain't talking to them.
They should have a very severe tax. And,
we ain't talking to them.
Yeah, I guess they could remove it. They will, but I don't really.
See, Trump's not afraid to walk away if he doesn't like the deal. Some people are like, oh, we got to make a deal. We got to make a deal. Okay, we'll do whatever. Yeah. Trump's like, no. If we don't get the deal we want, I'm walking away. Shadow Glocks with a $2 super chat.
You treat people better.
Thank you, Shadow Glocks, for that super chat, man. How you doing, bro?
400,
Welcome back.
200% in tariffs. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. We have cases. You don't read this. And
Thank you, man.
people
Thank
don't
you.
report, but,
You're the real
they
MVP,
charge
bro.
us 400% on some dairy products. 400%. Nobody writes that.
I really need to clean my
It's
glasses,
not fair
guys.
to our
There's like a
farmers.
smudge on it.
We've
It's
gotta
driving me
protect our
nuts.
farmers.
Sir, you just
I don't got my cleaning cloth anywhere, though.
you mentioned how much of a rate cut we would do to.
And this live stream, guys, has almost 39,000 views. That's crazy. 39. Shadow Glocks just became a super subscriber. Real quick, guys, real quick. Shout out to Shadow Glocks. Thank you so much, man. Super subscriber, bro. Thank you. So now we got Sandra Logue in the chat and Shadow Glocks. Thank you, man, for hitting that that member button. If anybody wants to become a channel member, and like Shadow Glocks did, I pinned the link to that up at the top of the chat in case you can't find the join button. Because on mobile it's different. I don't know if the join button shows up. But thank you, man. Appreciate that, bro.
Comments on whether or not Powell should step down.
Trump has 3 sons, Don Jr., Barron, and Eric. Yeah. And another $2 donation. Thank you so much, Shadow.
If you were there, you'd say, well, you know, the United States is doing well. They have no inflation.
Thank you, man.
And if they do get inflation in a year or two, we'll start raising the rates. We'll get rid of the inflation, you know, and do other things. Biden had the worst inflation in the history of our country.
The worst. Biden had a lot of
19%,
worse
but I think it
things.
was much higher than that. Frankly, they say 19%. I say I think it's a lot higher than that. And we have almost no inflation now. We've done
And
a
now
good
it's pretty
job
low.
in a
Inflation's
short
pretty
period of
dang
time.
low.
Energy prices are way down. Gasoline now is down.
Shadow with
close to
another
$2 in a lot of
$1
places.
super chat. Thank you,
Couple of
man.
places I see it even broke. It's like $1.98 a gallon.
Shadow going crazy in the chat, bros.
Inflation, and honestly,
He's a
anything
madman.
else.
He's a maniac, maniac.
I think it's
Thank you, man.
very sad the way people act. You know, you have a guy in there that with the stroke of a pen could lower interest rates and save us hundreds of billions of dollars a year.
Hundreds of
But he's a
billions of
stupid
dollars.
person. You know, it's very interesting. I'm not sure if he doesn't understand it, because you should be able to understand it. It's sort of 101 economics, but I'm not sure of that. But think of it, with the stroke of a pen, he talks about costs. We can save $600 billion, maybe even.
You bought
these are
3 Call of
nice
Duty
numbers
games?
for you,
Which
right?
one? Are they on sale right now?
$900 billion, $900
Which ones did you buy, man?
dollars by lowering interest rates, and it's really just more of a
I think the
paper
last Call of
move.
Duty game
It's
I
not
bought
like
was
you're
Black
not
Ops
cutting
3 for the
anything, you're not
Xbox
cutting jobs,
One.
it's just interest rates. And
I did get
number 40,
Battlefield
44,
2042 though,
45.
which is pretty fun.
Some places that you wouldn't believe that, you know, I don't want to be disparaging, but they pay a lower interest rate than the United States of America. And without us, everything blows up. You know, we sort of control the world in that sense. But we have a guy that's just a stubborn mule.
A
and
stubborn mule?
person that is making a big mistake. He's making a mistake. And it lasts for years, because when you do the debt, now, I've instructed my people not to do any debt beyond 9 months or so. Get this guy in. And whoever is in there will lower
World War
rates.
II
If
Black
they're-
Ops Cold War bundle.
somebody's
Nice.
gonna keep the rates where they are. Or
Nice.
Whatever. I'm not going to put them in. I'm going to put somebody that wants to cut rates. There are a lot of them out there. And I said this morning, a lot of the business shows today were saying, you know, Trump is right. He should be cutting rates. Think of it. We have a great country. We're making a lot of
Cut
money.
those
We're taking in
rates.
billions
Cut
of
those
dollars
interest
in
rates.
tariffs. We have $15 trillion of money that wants to be invested here, which is a record. In 2 months, it breaks any record that we've ever had for a whole year, and not even close. 15 trillion, and it's going to be much higher than that. That's after essentially 2 months, because, you know, we've been doing it for about 2 months, 2.5 months. $15 trillion breaks every record in the book. There's never been anything like this. We have factories moving in, we have car plants moving in, we have everyone
No reason they
wants
can't
to
cut
be
rates?
part of the United States. And as I told you, and I say it to everybody, when I was in the Middle East, the King of Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, all great leaders, they have all great leaders. All 3 of them said, you got the hottest country in the world, and you did it in At that time, I was there for 4 months because we got back a little while
We getting
ago.
things done, boys.
Everybody says
We
it, not
getting
only
things
them. We have the
done
hottest
here in
country
America.
the world
America's
right now.
back, boys.
The only thing is we have a Fed chairman that is.
You've been playing COD since 8 this morning? Darn.
And you could have
If it's something Trump knows about, it's money. Yeah.
More than 600,
Exactly.
Think of it, more than $600 billion.
Let the man cook. Get out of his kitchen. Let the man cook. All right. Let the man make some stew. He's stewing. Let the man stew.
I think we should be paying 1% right now. And we're paying more because we have a guy who's, suffers from, I think, Trump derangement syndrome. I don't want to know the truth. But he's not good for our country.
The president of UK.
No,
Did you push
not
for the
you,
president?
not you.
A related question on banking. There have been reports, Mr. President, that your administration is considering issuing an executive order about debanking, which is the practice of banks denying services based on people's political beliefs or industries such as crypto, people involved in that. Would you be open or interested to sign such an executive order targeting debanking, and what might...
Well, I think the debankers, I think that banks, I can tell you because I've been a victim myself, because of my politics, that big banks were very nasty to us. And I actually think
The
it was
banks,
Biden's
the big
people
banks.
that told them to be, because the one group of people that banks are afraid of are the regulators. They are petrified of the regulators.
See, Trump knows his stuff.
I've seen the biggest banker. I can tell you, you see him on television all the time. If a regulator walked into the room, he gets all nervous and crazy. They're afraid of the regulators. And if the Biden people order the banks to be virtually closed, they can do anything they want. The regulators control the banks. It's not the president of the bank. The president of the bank is far.
Shadow
less
says,
important.
I've been promising that I would become a member, and I just couldn't resist because you are one of my favorite streamers. Well, thank you, Shadow Glocks. I appreciate that, man.
Bad prosecutors are very dangerous.
Appreciate that.
I had a couple. I had deranged Jack Smith and some others.
Sanders says, credit unions are criminals. Some of them can be.
But it was, it's a tough.
Some of
kind
them can be pretty
situation.
shady.
Prosecutors are very dangerous. A great prosecutor is an amazing asset.
Yeah, America is a business as well. Exactly, Queen.
A corrupt prosecutor, a bad prosecutor is very bad. Well, the
Sometimes you
regulators
gotta
do the
run it
same
like a
thing. And
business.
When they tell the regulator to go and make life impossible.
Hey, new
for
subscriber.
Big banks or little banks.
Thank
they
you,
really control it. So there is a lot of
07.
debanking, and there's yeah, call it debanking.
Is it
Call
Kuroz or Kuroz?
names. Essentially
Either way,
make
thank
it
you for
impossible
subscribing,
to
man.
do
Appreciate it.
business. those
And we just
people are
hit
very bad and
40,000
very
views,
dangerous,
guys.
and,
How many likes do we
they
got?
shouldn't be doing it.
109 likes. Can we get 150 likes on this video, guys? 150? 150?
How taxes would go up
150 likes?
8% if the bill isn't passed? Where does that number come from?
Well, it comes from the fact that you have automatically the Trump cuts, which were the biggest cuts that we've ever had. Now, these cuts are even bigger, but from the last administration, we had the Trump cuts. It was a 5-year deal, and it comes due. When you add that to the cuts that you already have and other things, it amounts, according to what they tell me, about 68%. That would mean you'd have a tax so that you know that the tax cuts that they got, the biggest tax cuts in our history, would immediately go up to that level. And that alone is a big chunk of.
New question in the chat, guys. Is Trump making America great again? You guys can vote. Let me know. Is he making America great again? Yes or no?
Sir, you said a moment ago that it won't work out very well for Europe on trade. Does that mean you want to cut off those negotiations as well and just tell them what?
No, well, they've been very tough. The European Union was formed in order to take advantage of the United States in trade. That was why they were formed, and they're nasty. They're very nasty. We have a good relationship. I'm dealing with Ursula right now and the group, but it's a very tough situation. They have been unbelievably bad to us. If you look at past presidents, they've treated them very badly. They're being very nice to me because I get it. I know the system, and we have the cards.
We have the cards. We got the cards, guys. Trump knows the system, and we got the cards.
They're coming to us right now. I said I was going to put on a 50% tariff. As soon as I said that, I put it out on Truth. As soon as I said that, they came to the table. They didn't want to come to the table. My people were telling me, Scott was telling me, and the whole group was telling me that not a good situation. They want to tap it down the line. They don't want to really deal. So I said, we're going to put a 50% tariff on you. And Howard, as you know, was very much involved. Lutnick, Commerce.
That's how it's done, boys.
He said,
That's how it's
I
done.
want to talk. As soon as I put that on, I was.
You don't want to play ball 50% tariff.
Can we meet tomorrow?
You done.
And
You done,
the
son.
problem is they have a lot lot of very unfair taxes.
You want to play ball? Get
They
off
have
the
a lot of
field.
taxes that
Get out of
you would
here.
put on, and they sue all our companies. They're constantly suing Apple and Google and all of these companies, and they're getting, in front of judges that essentially almost work for them. I guess they do work for them. They're European Union judges, and they're getting these crazy rewards. Apple was fined $17 billion, and
17 billion?
fined
Dang.
these numbers of dollars.
That's
They're
a lot
nasty
of that's a
people.
lot of dough.
And I
That's a
don't
lot
know
of chicken
if they're
nuggets.
affecting, US
Canada will
companies.
cave
I don't want
eventually.
that. If anybody's going to
Plus, we're building the Golden Dome, right? Which is
And then
essentially
have to
what
pay
Israel
taxes,
has,
fine, let it be to us.
as far as like
So
rockets
they've done
go,
this for
rocket
a long time,
deterrence and
years.
whatnot. So we're building the Golden
very
Dome,
nasty. The
and
European Union's very
if
nasty.
Canada
There's no
wants to be a part of that,
they'll learn not to be so nasty.
they're gonna have to pay up.
They know that. They know it's coming.
You're gonna have to pay up.
told us that Vladimir Putin reached out to you to help you with the Iran crisis.
We made some nice statements today. Did you see the statements? Very nice. Vladimir Putin made some very nice statements today. Look, he respects our country again. He didn't respect it a year ago, I can tell you right now. But Putin respects our country. And President Xi of China respects our country. And Kim Jong-un they respect our country again. We were not a country that was respected just a year ago. We had a president that was in Congress.
Put some respect
We had
on it.
people circulating around this desk. this
Put some
beautiful
respect on
president's desk. They had, I guess, evil intentions.
Welcome back, Shadow.
You couldn't be that stupid. I mean, they had evil
Do you think
intentions.
Canada will ever join the U.S., guys? I know Trump's always going on about like we want to make Canada
Our country again.
the next
Thank you very
state.
much, everybody.
And Canada's like, no. You think they'll ever like take them up on that?
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Keep going. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody.
So there you go, guys. That was another press conference. The man doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. Let me go to the. Let me see. Let me go to the White House real quick. Actually, let me just type in news. What are we missing here? Let's see here. Anything new popping up? Gavin Newsom's suing Fox for $787 million. Bro. Gavin Newsom has lost the plot. Okay. Trump confronts take new news CNN out of NATO. What is this?
Yes, please, go ahead. Go ahead. Oh, fake news, CNN?
Oh, he's calling out CNN.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Here we
Where'd
go,
you get this
boys.
question?
Thank you, sir.
You should really say how great our soldiers and our warriors are.
I think everyone appreciates our soldiers and our warriors. I do have two questions for you, Mr. President. You just cited Israeli intelligence on these attacks. Earlier, you said U.S. intelligence was inconclusive. Are you relying on Israeli intelligence for your assessment of the impact of the strikes?
No, this is also Iran made the statement. And it's
This is going to be
also, if you
good,
read the
boys. He's going to
document
tear her a
that was
new
given
one right now.
That Pete can talk about if you'd like. The document said it could be very severe damage, but they didn't take that. They said it could be limited or it could be very severe. They really didn't know other than to say it could be limited or it could be very, very severe. And you didn't choose to put that because it was very early after. Since then, we've collected additional intelligence. We've also spoken to people who have seen the site, and the site is obliterated. And we think
Obliterated,
everything nuclear is
boys.
down there. They didn't
Gone.
take it out. Okay, question?
Is
Please,
done.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, blue dress.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Yesterday, you said China can now continue to purchase oil from Iran.
Yeah.
Are you giving up on your maximum pressure campaign? Because there
With
are
who?
sanctions right now
With who?
on Iran.
No, look, they just had a war. The war was fought. They fought it bravely.
Time for peace, boys. It's time for
They're in
peace.
The oil business. I mean, I could stop it if I wanted. I could sell China the oil myself. I don't want to do that. They're going to need money to put that country back into shape.
See, we showed them how it can be when you don't play ball with America, and when you do, you're like, hey, this could happen. We could start trading with you again. We could let this happen, ease up on some of the sanctions. Things could really be going well for your country. You know, give them a taste of what the good can be. You know what I'm saying? Trump's smart. I'm telling you, people playing chess. No, people playing checkers. He's playing 5D chess right now. Okay.
We want to see that.
Thank
happen.
you, Cheeto Jr.
No, if they
Cheeto
didn't sell oil,
Jr.,
we're
like
gonna
the name,
sell
man.
oil. We're not taking over
Welcome to the
oil.
channel,
We
bro.
could've, you know. I used to say with Iraq, keep the oil. I could say it here too. We could have kept the oil. No, China is going to want to buy oil. They can buy it from us. They can buy it from other people. But you're going to have to put that country back into shape. It desperately needs money. Yeah.
Mr. President.
Yeah, please.
Genius.
Here we go. I'm picking the beauties today.
Oh boy.
Go ahead.
Oh boy.
Mr. President, Secretary General Rutte has described President Putin as an adversary, a threat, an enemy. Do you view him the same way? And in addition to that, you mentioned General Kane, your chief of staff, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
General Kane.
Yes, he has said that Mr. Putin has territorial ambitions beyond Ukraine. Do you view that in the same way?
Possible. I mean, it's possible. I know one thing. He'd like to settle. He'd like to get out of this thing. It's a mess for him. He called the other day. He said, "Can I help you with Iran?" I said, "No, you can help me with Russia." Because, you know, in the last few weeks, we took care of India and Pakistan, Kosovo, Serbia.
Gotten a lot done,
I think
boys,
on
in the
Friday
last
we
couple
have
weeks.
coming in,
A lot done.
Congo is coming in, and Rwanda is coming in. That was a vicious war that went on, a machete war. Heads chopped off all over Africa.
Also, guys, vote on that poll. 21 people have voted so far. Is Trump making America great again? 55% of you say yes. 45% say no.
No, I consider him a.
So vote on
person
that poll we
that's,
got going in the chat right now.
I think been
And smash that
I'm
like
very
button
surprised,
if you
actually.
voted.
I thought we would have had that settled easy. I've settled 4 of them in the meantime. But he did call up and he said, you know, he's close to Iran. He'd like to help us get a settlement. I said, no, you help me get a settlement with you, with Russia. And I think we're going to be doing that too. Yeah.
Sanders says Zelensky doesn't want peace. I think they do. Let's see here. What else we got from Fox? What is Fox spinning out these days? What is Fox spinning out these days? Let's see here. Didn't Hegseth have like an interview, like a press conference? Where's that Hegseth press conference? It's somewhere around here. Let me just go to the news again. Let me go to the news. Let's see here. What did we miss? Looking for some good stuff here. Iran Supreme Leader speaks. Gavin Newsom being a moron, like usual. We watched that press conference. What haven't we watched yet? Oh, let's just go. Let's type in the White House. Let's go to the White. I got a racing wheel in front of me right now, guys. So it's hard for me to type because it's in front of my keyboard. White House. White House. There we go. What is directly from the White House? Okay, let me go to live. That one. Okay, what about live streams? I think we watched that. Oh, is it President Trump and press conference? I don't think we watched this one. I don't think we watched this one.
I got back, which is 6 months ago.
I think we watched part of it.
And following my election last November, almost all have accelerated plans to reach the 2%, 3%, 4%, and then ultimately, very quickly, 5%. And all of this is going to be done very quickly.
Aside from ending wars?
Immediately. You probably know this as well as I do. I'm sure
You kind of have to stop the fighting for things to get better.
Focus. In a very historic milestone this week, the NATO allies committed to dramatically increase their defense spending to that 5% of GDP.
5%.
Something that no one really thought possible.
We up to 5% now.
And they said, "You did it, sir. You did it." Well, I don't know if I did it.
Time
but
for
I think
people
I
to
did.
pay their fair share.
This will be known as the Hague Defense Commitment, which is pretty good, pretty appropriate. When the allies reach this number, it
Putting
will
people
add
in their
more
place
than
and making
$1
things more
trillion
peaceful.
a
Yeah, that could be
year.
one thing.
Think of
Giddy
that,
up,
$1
Jay.
trillion per year
How you doing, Giddy
common
up?
defense, and this is a
Welcome to the stream,
monument
man.
Really to victory, but it's a monumental win for the United States, because we were carrying much more than our fair share. It was quite unfair, actually. But this is a big win for Europe and for actually Western civilization. For years, past administrations failed to get most allies to contribute even the 2%. I remember when I came here, we had 4 countries.
You guys are popping in for the first time. Drop a comment, say hello.
Poland was there. A couple of them were there. But
And thank you again, Sandra Logue and Shadow
Glocks
Glocks for becoming members on the
they've
channel.
agreed now to more than double their budgets in all cases.
Thank you guys
And
again.
Europe stepping up to take more responsibility for its security will help prevent future disasters like the horrible situation with Russia and Ukraine, and hopefully we're going to get that solved.
Also, guys, in the chat, I asked you guys, is Trump making America great again? 30 people have voted. 63% of you say yes, and 37% say no. So if you haven't voted on that poll we got in the chat, yes or no, vote on that. Let's see how many people we can get voting on that. The last couple polls, that one had like 800, almost 900 votes on it. That's pretty crazy.
Last week, they lost 7,000 soldiers, mostly soldiers, but they're also getting hit in Kiev. They're getting hit in some of the towns also.
And we just passed 42,000
life
views.
is disappearing also in the cities and towns, so that never
42,000.
happened. Would have never
Da-dang.
happened if I was president. I said it
Da-da-da-da-dang.
1,000 times, and it never did happen. It's never even thought about. But it's vital that this additional money be spent on very serious military hardware, not bureaucracy, and hopefully that hardware is going to be made in America because we have the best hardware in the world. You saw that where 14 missiles were shot at us the other day, and they were very nice. They gave us warning. They said, we're going to shoot them. Is 1 o'clock okay? They said, it's fine.
Like Spike.
And everybody was emptied off the base, so they couldn't get hurt except for the gunners. They call them the gunners. And out of 14 high-end missiles that were shot at the base in Qatar, all 14, as you know, were shot down.
There were
by our
14. I thought it was less. I thought it was
Amazing
only
stuff.
5. I guess it was 14.
Amazing.
That's a
What they
lot.
can do, it's like shooting a bullet with a bullet. It's the same thing if you think about it. 14 out of 14, and they weren't even that surprised. I said, do you do that well often? They say, we pretty much do, sir. The Ukraine crisis has also highlighted the urgency of rebuilding our defense industrial base, both in the United States and among the allied nations. We cannot afford to be
7
dependent
B2s
on
with
foreign
2 bunker busters each.
adversaries for critical minerals. And as you know, we made a deal with Ukraine to take a vast
But all
amount
7 of the
land
B2s,
they have for
I don't think all 7 of them
minerals.
went
We
to
need it.
Iran. I
Once
think
again, I
didn't
wanna
they
thank
split in
all of
half?
the people in the
Like one
Netherlands,
went in one
incredible
direction to kind of be as a
people. It's
decoy,
great
and then
place.
the other.
And all of the NATO allies for
the other ones went to
tremendous summit
Iran.
that we just had. A
That's what I
letter
thought.
just
Or
came
did all
in, and,
or did all 7
a
go?
statement came in from the Atomic Energy Commission of Israel.
I guess that would make sense.
And I just wondered, this is an official
6 were
letter,
decoys,
very
7 went to
serious
Iran.
people, as you
Oh,
know.
okay.
The devastating
Yeah, because they can
US
carry
strike
like
on
2 bombs
Fordo
each, right?
destroyed the site's critical infrastructure and rendered the enrichment facility totally inoperable. It was devastated. We assessed that the American strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities has set back Iran's ability to develop nuclear weapons for many years to come. This achievement can continue indefinitely if Iran does not get access to nuclear material, which it won't. It's so sad that that whole thing had to go. But I just want to thank our pilots. You know, they were maligned and treated very bad, demeaned by fake news CNN, which is back there.
Did Trump
believe it or
ripping up
not,
the deal that
wasting
Obama made with
time,
Iran lead to
wasting-
this?
nobody's watching
We're
it.
talking about peace,
Just
possibly.
wasting a lot of time, wasting my time. And the New York Times, they put out a story that, well, maybe they were hit, but it wasn't bad. Well, it was so
Then the
bad
third
that
site was destroyed by a
they
naval
ended
vessel.
the
Yeah, I
war.
heard they
Ended
like
the war.
they shot a bunch of
Somebody said in a certain way, it was so devastating.
was it hurricane?
Actually,
No, it wasn't
if you
hurricane
look at
missiles.
Hiroshima, if you look
I
at
forget the name of it.
Nagasaki, you know, that ended a war.
Yeah, but it
too.
was a
This
submarine.
ended a war in a different way, but it
Javelin.
was so
It was
devastating.
javelin missiles.
Also, they have out of Dubai.
I think it was a
just came,
submarine.
Iran's foreign ministry spokesman. This is Iran's foreign ministry. Says its nuclear installations were very badly damaged by the American strike.
Very
So
badly
what
damaged.
bothered me about these reports.
How can you
were
not
fake reports
damage
put out
something
by
very
the New
badly when
York
you're dropping
Times,
that
failing,
amount
I
of
call it the failing New York Times
of
because
bombs on it?
terribly. Without me, it would be doing no business at all. But and by fake news, CNN and MSDNC, all of these terrible people. You know, they have no credibility.
Oh, he's calling them
You know,
out.
when I started, they were at 94% credibility. The media now it's at 16%.
Oh.
And I'm very proud of it because I've exposed it for
Oh.
what it is. But when I saw them starting to question the caliber of the attack, was it bad? Well, it was really bad. It was devastating. They were obliterated. In fact, you can't get into the tunnels. They just put that over. That just came out. They can't. There's nothing. There's no way you can even get down. The whole thing is collapsed in a disaster. And I think all of the nuclear stuff is down there because it's very hard to remove. And we did it very quickly. When they heard we were coming, it was, you know, you can't move it. Very hard, very dangerous, actually, to move to. And they also knew we were coming, so I don't think too many people want to be down there knowing we're coming.
Have you seen the pictures of the tunnels? I have
Bunker
not.
busters, as we call them. We're the only ones that have them. We have the best equipment, best nuclear equipment, and we have the best equipment in the world. And by the way, we can't forget our submarine.
Oh yeah, the submarine.
Which was out there. Submarines, actually, but submarine was out there. We shot 30 rockets into an area. Every single one of them, I think it was almost 400 miles away, I think, Pete, right? 400? And long. It was in the ocean, long ways away. And we shot a total of 30.
16%,
Every
94%.
single
He's
one
probably
of
just
them
pulling them
hit
out of
within
his
9 inches
his butt.
from where it was
But you
supposed
know,
to be. It took it a lot.
I feel like
'Cause
it's
we didn't
probably
do just
close.
Fordo, we did.
Because definitely
two
less
others in
people trust the
addition,
media now
which
than they
hadn't
did
been
before.
Completely destroyed.
Because he kind of
So we
showed
hit
how
'em
fake they are.
With a submarine from hundreds of miles away. Amazing, just amazing equipment. Greatest submarines in the world. Nobody's even close. They're 20 years behind us when it comes to submarine technology.
And those
So that's
bombers,
one,
they
and
came
the
out,
other was,
they started being used by the military in, I think, 1991 or
the
something.
Atomic
So they're like
Energy
32
Commission.
years old.
And they have about 3 or 4
And they're
of them
still
now
like
coming in from Atomic Energy
leagues ahead of
Commissions from various
anything
places, but the one
any other country
that we
has.
have that just came out.
You should
we
see
released
the
it a little while ago, was from
B-21s.
The Israeli Atomic
They're even
Energy
more
Commission, but
sophisticated.
numerous of them are getting to see
It's
the
nuts.
site, and the site has been demolished. And again, we had these brave patriots, these incredible flyers, these people that can fly a plane better than anybody can fly a plane, going into very hostile territory, flying into
Not an
the
easy job.
territory that
Like
has got
36
more missiles and
hours
things
round
pointed at
trip.
it.
Had to
But it
fuel
was
multiple
very
times
stealth.
in
They
air,
didn't get to
refuel
see
multiple
it. It was
times.
dark. That's the amazing
And it's all
thing
done
about
at
the
night.
shots. They hit the shots perfectly, and yet it was dead dark. There was no moon. There was no light.
Yeah, for sure,
It
man.
was virtually moonless.
I used to live
It was very
outside of
dark, and they
Holloman
hit-
Air Force
the
Base
shots
in New
were hit
Mexico,
perfectly, but when they
and
hit the mean,
those
they were
B-2s would
very
fly
upset
over all the
about it
time
because
because
they
they'd be
knew
like
how
doing
strong
the
it
tests on them and stuff. Did we just freeze? Crap. What just happened, guys? Did we just freeze? What just happened? Are we still live? Guys, you still here? What just happened? My computer just freeze? Why did the video stop? Why did the video stop, guys? What happened? I don't know. Are we still live? I think we're still live. Well, I don't know what's going on with that. Let me just exit real quick. There's my girl. My honey bunch. Okay, let me pull up this again. Okay. And let's see here. Let's see. Agenda Free TV. What is... Okay, let's look at this. He's doing live coverage of like Iran and Israel. We were watching him a lot when all this was going down. Is he streaming right now? He might not be streaming right now. He might have just ended. But this guy's really good. Agenda Free TV. He does a lot of really good coverage. Let's see. Here's some stuff from CNN.
From Iran. Now, these are images of the Fordo nuclear facility today, days after it was heavily bombed by the United States. Some appear to show excavators at tunnel entrances and other machinery. As we're waiting on more assessments of the damage done to the facilities, President Trump today said he would absolutely consider bombing Iranian nuclear sites again if he thought it necessary.
He said, we ain't afraid to bomb them again, boys. We go in there, we drop some more.
Strikes on Iran.
They try to fix it. Don't do it, boys, because you'll be wasting a lot of money and time.
It's been severely damaged.
Because we ain't afraid to just fly back over there and boom. Boom.
Capabilities that were taken out.
Are you concerned about where that uranium might be?
My understanding is most of it's still there.
I would say it's a substantial setback, and that was a first-hand, authoritative, and reliable account. That differs greatly from the low-confidence preliminary assessment that was leaked.
I was very disappointed that we learned very little about the high inventory of high enriched uranium. Very over-optimistic portrayal of what was and was not accomplished by this mission.
I'm almost sorry I went to this briefing because almost everything that was there is in the public domain.
Democratic Congressman from Massachusetts, U.S. Marine veteran Jake Auchincloss.
Emmett84 says a lot of countries don't use bombers anymore as missile tech has advanced. The bombers can't defend themselves and rely heavily on their stealth ability, which, to be fair, is pretty good. Even the B-2. Yeah, like nothing's more stealthy than the B-2. Like for an aircraft that size to be like undetectable by radar, that's insane. And like, you know, Russia's got bombers, China's got bombers. Ukraine took out 40 Russian bombers with drones. To be fair, though, the Russian bombers, they were just, you know, sitting parked in an airfield. But still. And I saw some other videos, I think yesterday, I think they're real, of China like showing off their new tanks that can like just go in the water like boats. They're like boat tanks. They're just like cruising around like boats. It's crazy. So China's got some high-tech stuff too, and they got like these little drones now that are like super, super small. So China's no joke when it comes to their military and their tech as well, but it's still pretty impressive what we were able to accomplish. That's insane, you know?
Joins me now. Congressman, obviously there's a lot you can't say about a classified briefing.
Not to mention you're dead before you ever see it. Yeah, if you see it, you're already dead. You're gonna be gone before you even know it's there.
Anderson, good evening. Thanks for having me on. There's two dimensions that matter here. There is the capabilities and there's the...
And some people think the bombs didn't do enough damage.
Briefing, I believe that Iran's
kind of hard to believe.
Are significantly degraded. Not just their capability to enrich uranium, but also their capability to weaponize that uranium. And perhaps most importantly, their aerial defense capabilities, because for so long as they are naked in front of Israel and American air power, they can't do anything. I mean, they can't clear that rubble away. They can't try to reconstruct.
Because Israel took out a lot of their rocket launchers, a lot of their missile launchers.
The more uncertain question is about their intention. And here is where
so if they're smart, if they still do have uranium, they'll give that up freely, and they won't be like, oh, well, you're not taking this from us.
With one open hand and one closed fist, and get to a deal that ensures a
I think they'll try to make a deal.
Status of no nuclear weapon program and no funding of private.
I think Trump's been saying Iran cannot have nukes. End of story, full stop, period. It's not negotiable. It's not, well, you can have one nuke, you can have two, you can kind of get a nuke. No, it's like no nukes. Done. End of conversation. And he was serious about that. And he gave them like 60 days to come to the table. They didn't come to the table. Then on day 61, Israel went in there, started hitting things with their jets. Then he still, put out an olive branch, said, hey guys, we can negotiate. It doesn't have to be this way. Still nothing. And then he's like, okay, if you guys don't want to play ball, then we're going to blow up the ball, boys. And that's what we did. And now he's like, let's have peace, all right?
And get to a resolution.
Let's just all play nice now. Let's get back to living our lives.
What do you think
it doesn't have to be this way. Let's have peace.
In order to get negotiations.
Because if you don't go the peace route, we can go, we can do it the easy way or the hard way. They saw what the hard way was. So maybe they're like, hey, maybe we should do it the easy way this time. I think Trump did what he had to do.
Uranium is buried underground, as the White House seems to be indicating or believe?
I'm not sure the White House believes that all that enriched uranium is buried underground. I think it's pretty well understood that some of that enriched uranium could be moved. But remember, 60% doesn't mean weapons grade. 90% it also doesn't mean that's weaponizable. And there's still a long way to go for Iran to get to that capability. As I said, much of that infrastructure has been destroyed. I think with these negotiations, you got to start by actually looking at it from Iran's perspective. It's one of the first things you learn in military officer training is flip the map around. On October 7th, 2020,
Do me a favor, guys. If you're enjoying the live stream, smash that subscribe button. We are well on our way to 8,000 subscribers now. We just blew past 7K. I blinked and we passed it.
Fast forward to today. Israel
We're heading toward 8K now, guys, so consider subscribing if you haven't.
Israel and Saudi Arabia are talking again, and Iran's military has...
Giddy Up says, I think it's funny how people used to make fun of him for empty threats, then get mad when they weren't empty threats. Yeah, he's like, oh, he's just ranting on Twitter. He's not going to do anything. And then he does something, and they're like, oh my God, he did something. Oh my God. You can't do anything to make him happy.
On the world stage, and
but yeah, Giddy Up, it is kind of funny.
So we have to understand that perspective from Iran.
They get mad when he doesn't do something, and then they get mad when he does do something.
Weak right now. Now is the time.
It doesn't matter what he does; they're mad about it.
Diplomacy and get a longer and stronger version of the JCPOA, where you have, as you said, on-the-ground inspections, but also, and this is critical, also a deal that they will not be funding any of these terror forces in Lebanon, in Gaza, in Syria, in Iraq.
Yeah, they need to stop funding terrorist organizations.
Exports, or we will actually strike their oil fields.
Congressman Auchincloss, appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
Now, Robert Kelly,
because Trump ain't playing, boys. Trump ain't playing.
The International Atomic Energy Agency has also studied and worked on Iran's nuclear.
Okay, real quick, guys. I'm going to open up Steam real quick, because this is also a gaming channel. And you guys know I love to look at the gaming sales they got going. See what we can get on the super cheap. Because I'm a cheapskate, and I hate spending tons of money on crap. I ain't paying $60 for a game. Nah. So we're gonna open up Steam real quick, because I think there's a big summer sale happening right now. Has anybody in the chat got any new video games lately? Are there any gamers in the chat? Just out of curiosity. And if so, what console do you play on? You play PlayStation, Xbox? You more of a PC kind of guy? PC kind of person? I prefer PC myself, though I do have an Xbox One and a PS4. But I kind of like PC better, because the games are just super cheap, and you can, upgrade your software and stuff, your hardware. So what do we got here? We got the big summer sale going. Let's see. Let's just hit the see all button and see what pops up, shall we? Okay, so we got Cryptid Necro Dancer, Fury, Beyond Two Souls, Blasphemous. I've heard good things about this game. Kind of like a Castlevania vibe. Ooh, Borderlands 3. Considering this one, maybe. I have 1, 2, and 3 is only $3. So maybe that one. Jurassic World. Not really a big fan of like strategy games. Black Mesa. I bought that, I want to say a couple weeks ago. No, actually, I bought it a while back, but this one's actually really good. It's essentially Half-Life, but it's remastered. Built in a completely different engine. So that's pretty fun. Besiege. Never played it. Oh yeah, I was going to get RoboCop. I'm going to get this game. That's the cheapest it's been, only $5. Battlefront 2, I think I already have that. Never heard of this game before, but it looks kind of cool. Riders Republic. And some auto games. Let me just scroll down here. So that's what they have there. If I click on this, do more games pop up? Outer Wilds, Ghost Recon. Let me go to my wish list. Wait, actually. Dead Island 2 is only $15. The Dead Island games were pretty fun. Schedule 1, that's a fun one. It wasn't worth it. What wasn't worth it? You feel like I'm at a game or what? Schedule 1 is really fun. I like that one. I need to hop back into that. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Parcel Simulator. Okay, let me go to my wish list. So these are games that I put on my wish list. Oh, your comment above? Even the B2. So let's see here. Mass Effect, Guardians of the Galaxy, RoboCop. RoboCop looks pretty good. Bulletstorm, I have that game on my Xbox. Hey, Vulcan Lords of Mayhem. I've been thinking about getting this one for a while. Kind of like a top-down, kind of hack and slash Diablo-esque game. So maybe Vulcan, even though it got mixed reviews, but that could be fun. Rally Cars. Crime Boss, Bus Simulator. Freedom Fighters. I might possibly get that one too, because I do like old games. Forklift Simulator. You guys ever drive a forklift? Guardians of the Galaxy is a sleeper. It's a good game. Got a bad rap when it came out, but you highly recommend it? Oh, okay. So maybe that Guardians of the Galaxy game. I've heard some good things. One of my subscribers says like the jokes are kind of annoying. But you know, Hot Wheels is pretty fun. I have this on my Nintendo Switch, and I have the second one on here, I think. Hot Wheels is a lot of fun, though. I like racing games. I just bought Thief Simulator. Pretty interesting. I'm bad at it, but not bad. The Witcher. Never played any of the Ni no Kuni games. I don't know if those are any good. Serious Sam's always fun. Far Cry. What else we got here? What else we got? Hey, Mud Runner's only $4. That could be fun to play. I think I might have this game on my Nintendo Switch. I just haven't played it yet. Sunset Overdrive. I've heard some good things about that. Wasn't that like an Xbox One launch title, I think? The Deadly Tower of Monsters. That looks kind of fun. Ridge Racer Unbounded's only $2. Poly Z, only $1.13. Welcome back, Shadow. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Kingdom of Amalur. That one I've also heard. Oh, Outer Worlds. That's only $7.50. Open World Action. This is the cheapest I've seen this one in a while, guys. Outer Worlds. Normally it's like $15. And it's like the same guys who made Fallout New Vegas, I think. Obsidian Entertainment. This is a possibility too, guys. This ends July 10th. So this is a possibility. Outer Worlds. Never played Witcher, but the last game has just got absolutely lost, in which I thought was going to be dumb, was Cyberpunk. I do have that game. Absolute top tier at the Mount Rushmore of games. Yeah, man, I bought it when it first came out, like pretty much on launch day. I bought Cyberpunk. But at the time, I only had my one computer, so I was trying to stream it and play it on the same computer. And because that game is kind of like high-end, you kind of need like all your resources of your computer just running to get it to run, especially back when it came out, because it was kind of glitchy and wasn't really performing too well as far as optimization goes. So I wasn't really able to play it. It kept overheating my computer and just turning my computer off. So I bought it and I wasn't really able to play it. But now that, you know, time has gone on, they've updated it a lot. They've made it way more optimized. So I was actually able to play it back when I played it last, which was like a month ago. But I haven't got too far into it. But yeah, it's a pretty crazy game. Like very polished. Like Cyberpunk is very polished. But yeah, The Witcher 3 is also good. I haven't really got too far into that, but The Witcher game also very polished. CD Projekt Red, just like, they make good games, man. They make good games. But yeah, Cyberpunk, pretty intense. Let's see here. Battlefield. Gonna hop into some more Battlefield. I was playing some Soul Calibur the other night. Let me just pop in some Battlefield real quick. Let's see if this loads up relatively quick here. I just got this game. It was only $3. Battlefield 2042. Launched and tanked, absurdly tanked. It was the inventory system. They effed it up. Then they fixed it. World War II is $20 for a $60 game. Not bad. I think I have World War II on my Xbox One. I bought it from Walmart for, I think, $5 when it was on sale. I don't know why it was so cheap. This was like years ago. I think it was like a couple years after it came out. But it's still in the shrink wrap. Like, I never even opened it. Because I stopped paying for Xbox Live a while ago. So I bought it, and I figured I'd play like the single player, and then I just never got around to it. So yeah, I still have it on Xbox One in the shrink wrap. Yeah, never played it. It's somewhere in my house. But I got I got Game Pass again. One of my subscribers by the name of Jeebus, he gifted me Game Pass. So I could play online if I ever unwrap it. Plus, I think it's probably on Game Pass. I might be wrong. But yeah, I haven't tried out that one yet. I've heard some good things about it, though. When the hell is the Arc Raiders coming out? I've been waiting for years, literal years. What is Arc Raiders? I've heard that name before, but what is it? Arc Raiders? Isn't it already, like... Aren't there, like, play tests of that going on? I thought I saw Dr. Disrespect playing that. It's like a Battle Royale game, right? I thought it's out. Or like there was like an open beta or something. I could have sworn I saw some streamer playing that. Maybe I'm wrong. But I thought it was out. Unless I'm thinking of a completely different game. If you're just popping into the channel, guys, welcome. We were watching a lot of political videos, keeping up with what's going on in the news. Now we're kind of switching gears over to some video games. Because this is also a gaming channel. So we're gonna try to play some Battlefield and see if I can't get my butt kicked too badly. Learn the ropes? I don't want to learn the ropes. I want to dismiss that. I ain't learning no ropes. It has been play tested, but they are keeping it pretty on tight wraps. Okay. So let's do Conquest. And let's do Conquest 64. We tried playing close quarters last night, but there weren't, any vehicles or anything. So now we're going to try playing a 64-player match. 32 per team, I'm assuming. And I'm going to use my Xbox 360 wired controller, because I seem to be doing a little bit better with that than my keyboard and mouse. But we'll see if we can do any damage in Conquest. Maybe hop into a tank, get into a chopper. We'll see. And so far, 70 votes. Is Trump making America great again? 70 people have voted. 63% say yes, and 37% say no. So keep voting on that poll, guys, if you haven't already. Also, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like the video, and consider subscribing if you want to see more of my content on your channel. Shadow says, yo, Adam, is your profile picture, though? On what? On my profile picture on what? On Call of Duty or on what? On Steam? Okay, we're gonna hop into this one. Deploy. We're deploying here, boys. You ready? You ready to murk some baddies? Okay, let's do this, boys. Okay, I'm gonna go for C. I'm hearing a lot of gunfire behind me. Oh crap, bro. Throw the grenade! Oopsie. Yeah, that wasn't good. That wasn't good. Okay, let's skip. Because nobody's coming to save me. What's my profile picture on YouTube? I've had that profile picture since I started YouTube, I think. It's always been the same one. I'm pretty sure I've had that same profile picture for years. Okay, let's see if we can get in here and do some damage. Oh, crap. That's one. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh. Well, I got one and I almost killed another guy. Nobody's coming to heal me, so we're just going to respawn here. We're gonna spawn on C1. Oh crap. There's a guy over here. Grenade! Oh, come on, bro. There's a guy right there. Get him and then heal me. Here we go, here we go. We're back. Aw, dang it. And we're dead. Back and gone again. I tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it didn't even matter. Can we hop into that tank? Or whatever this thing is? Ooh. What are we shooting at here? What are we shooting at? Okay, I'm waiting. Can I switch seats? Whoa! Oh crap. Get him, get him, get him! You know what, I'm hopping out. I'm going in. Where they at? Where? Oh crap. Okay, I'm just going this way. I'm going in, boys. I'm going in. I'm hearing footsteps. I'm hearing a lot of footsteps. We're capturing this thing. Oh boy. Oh, I'm seeing grenades. Put my shield up real quick. Oh, I put a... Oh crap. Oh dang it. They got me from behind. Your YouTube profile picture looks like you're the toddler that's asking for food, but the mom says no. Bro gave this mom to the toddler, puppy dog eyes. Is there a guy that can heal me? Can anybody heal me, guys? Give me up. Nope. Nobody's coming. Nobody's coming. If you guys are just popping in, welcome to the stream. We're playing some Battlefield 2042. I think we're losing right now. No, actually, we're winning slightly. We're slightly winning. Okay, I'm gonna try to sneak around back here. Sneaking around, sneaking around. Oh, there's choppers in the air, boys. There's choppers in the air. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Grenade! We threw two of them. Actually, you know what? We still got ammo. We ain't reloading. I'm gonna put that on and... Wait, I thought I had a shield. Where did my shield go? Oh, there it is. We're going in, boys. Why can't I get up there? Oh crap. Oh crap, that's a big dude. How do I switch my my fire mode? Oh crap. That's my guy. We're going in. We're going in. Oh lord. Self-heal. Okay, going in again. We're going in, we're going in. Boom. You dead. Oh crap. That ain't gonna do anything. Reloading. Okay, we good, we good, we good. Do I got any more grenades? Nope. Can I call for some? I need ammo. How do I switch my fire mode, guys? Oh wait, I think I just did. Okay, I think I'm back to full auto. Okay. Got him. Not today, buddy. Wait. Think they're gonna figure out I'm up here. Yep, they did. Stealthy Rod says left D-pad to switch the fire rate. Left D-pad, okay. They got me. I need to get a class with like an RPG or something. Oh man, they got most of our stuff. This ain't good. This ain't good, boys. We're pushed back all the way to C1. Okay, we're gonna have to get in there and do some damage. We gotta do some damage, boys. Don't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. This train don't stop. Oh, that don't look good. Grenade. We're going in. What? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh, that's my guy. My bad, my bad, my bad. Oh, boy. Oh. Oh. I think they know I'm here. Oh, crap. What just happened? My computer just turned off. What the freak? What happened? Oh, man. Wait. What? What just happened? Why did it kick me out? Did it just kick me out? Dang. What the freak? It just kicked me out. How dare they? You ever had that happen before, guys? Oh. Well. Okay. Well, what else we got? Kicked us out of there. We were playing some Soul Calibur earlier. Rage is always fun. Rico. Superflight. Any Fortnite fans watching? Just curious. I don't know why it just like kicked me out of there. Maybe my computer was overheating. I don't know. I don't know. Try it again. I'll turn down some of the settings maybe. I'll turn down the settings. I've not tried Delta Force. Is that free to play? I've heard the name before. Haven't tried it though. Man, it is so hot in my room right now. What's the temperature right now? I gotta check the temperature. What? It is 73 outside. I need to like open up a window, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm opening my window. Because it is freaking hot in here. I need to get like a fan. Yeah, I need to bring my fan in here. But we'll just open up the window for now. 1 second. Okay, window's open. Oh, it's free to play? Interesting. I think I've seen some streamers play it. I'm trying not to run over the cords from my computer. Okay, let's try this again. We're probably going to have to lower some of the settings. Okay, dismiss. Maybe that's why it kicked us. It like crashed on us because our settings were set too high or something. Okay, let me go to display. We're at 720p full screen and refresh rates. Okay, field of view. Motion blur. I don't want any motion blur. Turn that off. Vignette off. Graphic quality. All this is set to low. Is it on auto right now? Graphic quality. Reflects low latency, frame rate rendering, VSync. Medium? I don't know. What's better? Let's just try high because why not? If you put things on high, doesn't it use your graphics card more than your processor? I thought that's how it went, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about that. Okay, back. Conquest. Let's do the close quarter conquest again. Okay, just waiting for a game here. If you guys are popping in for the first time, or if you're still watching, drop those comments down below. Thank you, Shadow Glocks, again for becoming a member on the channel. Anybody watching wants to become a member, you can click the link that I have pinned in the chat. And let's see what that poll is looking like in the chat. 72 people have voted. I asked the question, is Trump making America great again? 64% say yes, and 36% say no. So feel free to vote on that poll, guys, if you're watching. And we'll see if it works any better with the graphics set to medium. No, I think I have them set to high right now. Because I thought I read somewhere, like if the game is set to high, it uses your graphics card rather than your processor. So maybe my processor's overheating. I don't know. Still being a dork, I see? Exactly, Michael. You know it. You know it, man. You know it. Okay, here we go. Oh, this one? I'm not a big fan of this map. I'm going to be honest. Not a big fan. Okay, we'll deploy. We'll deploy right here. Okay, let's see what we got here. I'm going to put on my shield. Defeat. Oh God. I spawn in and we get defeat. Okay, that was quick. I didn't even get a chance, guys. I had no chance. Dang. I had no chance. Your squad. Yeah, I was definitely the worst because I didn't get a single kill. Your squad stats. First match of the day. Well, I got 10,000 points just for joining, though. 10,000 experience. So that's good, right? I mean, easy 10K. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. 44,000 views on this video. That's crazy, guys. You're mad lads. You're all mad lads. Just Battlefield being Battlefield, it's hard to it crashes a lot. Well, we'll see if the high settings work any better for us. Ooh, explosive loadouts. Nah, I don't want an explosive loadout.
Okay, when do we start?
I kind of like this loadout with the shield. Though I might change my gun, I don't know. I might change my gun. Got different weapons. I can't unlock any of these yet. Oh, secondary? Can I put that as a secondary? No, I have to put these. Okay. And I have what? I have that as my primary. I got, oh, there's a shorter one. Handling's a little bit better on that one. We'll stick with the one we got, though. Just waiting for players, I guess. Oh, and welcome back, Deathly Rad. You were here last night. Welcome back. Yes, I do remember you. And Michael Ramirez. Welcome back as well. Oh, really? What? What are you talking about? What's the oh, really? Just waiting on the game to start. What do I want to? Okay, here we go. Don't pick the same map. Okay, different map. Sweet. Redacted. Control objectives. Oh, this one's kind of hard too. All these ones are kind of hard. Maybe it's just because I am not good. That's a possibility. Do 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 do. You guys think we're gonna win this? I think we might. We got a chance, right? There's always a chance. There's always a slight chance.
We need troops on the ground in the Scottish Hebrides.
Okay, let's go, boys. I'm ready. Say no more. Time to kick the tires and light the fires, alright? Let's go. So it's just, essentially this is just one long hallway. One long hallway, guys. Okay, I guess we're all going this way. We're all going this way, I guess. I wonder if I should go this way. I'm gonna go this way. Things are gonna get interesting really quick.
Our enemy has conquered more sectors than us.
Oh boy.
Allied troops targeting Bravo 1.
Yep, we already got bogeys coming in. We already got bogeys. Wait, what's happening? What the heck? What is going on? It just started spinning for no reason. Oh crap. You can slide around corners? You see that guy like slide around the corner? How do you do that? Requesting revive. Anybody got a revive? You got me, bro. You got me, bro. Yeah. Fall back. Oh, crap. Throw that in there real quick. Going with the shield. Oh, crap. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Oh, yeah. Shield fight. Shield fight. Yeah, got him, boys. Oh, dang. I was going for him. That would have been 3 kills in a row. Just shield smashing. Anybody here to help? Anybody? I feel like probably not. Yeah, probably not. Okay. We'll respawn then. That wasn't too bad. Okay, let's go. Let's get it, boys. Let's get it. I'm going to go on with the shield again. Ah, crap. Well, I got one of them. We got one. Right? Anybody get me up? Come on, man. You got me. You got me. You got me. Okay, okay. Oh, crap. Nice, nice, nice. Full control, boys. Full control. That's what I like to see. Oh, crap. Well, I took one of them down. They're coming in. There's a whole squad right on top of me. You got him, guys. You got him. Come on, Mr. Medic. You got me. They're gonna save me? No. Nope. They couldn't get me. Couldn't get me in time. Oh boy. Whoa, what the freak? Got freaking trees falling on us. Oh, goodness. Got him. Got him. Oh, crap. Death from above, boys. Or not. Oh, crap. Dang. These guys ain't playing. I don't think anybody can get to me. Are we winning? We're slightly in the lead. Slightly. We just gotta hold down the fort here. Crap, bro. We're going in, we're going in. Boom! Aw, crap. I took out two of them. Yeah, I'm gonna get you back, man. I'm gonna get that guy back. Nah, there's too many bad guys by me. We control... Oh. Back over here, help out. I'm gonna sneak around this way. There's somebody over here. Oh, crap. I threw a grenade. Okay. Somebody get me up. Somebody help me up. No medics around? Okay, well. I tried. There's a lot of red dots around here. Got him.
We are hitting Alpha 1.
Got him. Wait, what is this? Oh, cool. Hit me. Boom. Ah, dang it. Almost. I wish you could pull your gun out. You know, in Fortnite, when you did that, you could have your shield and you could have also a little pistol. I wish you could pull out a pistol. But I don't think you can do that in this game. Unless there's something I don't know, but... I don't think you can do that in this game. Crap. They're right up there. Feel like fall back on these guys. Let's move, boys. I'm gonna try to get some height, the high ground on them. Nicely done, nicely done. How do you spot the enemies, guys? I know there's a way to spot enemies, right? I don't know how you do it, but I know there's a way.
Alpha 1 attack begun by our forces.
Oh. Keep everything covered, guys. Very nice, very nice. Oh. Okay, where they at? Where they at?
We control the majority of sectors.
Nice. Your eyes open. They're around here.
Here's that objective of hostiles and take it. Watching your progress. Bring it on.
Yeah, I can't pull out my pistol or anything. Excuse me. Reloading, reloading. Reloading. And okay. Oh crap. Let's go this way. We're going in, boys. Shield time. Ooh. You can't in this game. The shield is a half shield like R6, though. They'll shoot at your lower body. Oh. And the ping try down on the D-pad? And the... Oh, on the D-pad. Okay. So, like, if I'm crouched, does that, like, make me less vulnerable if I have the shield? Because they can shoot at my feet, right? So if I'm crouched, would I put my shield, like, on the ground? If I'm, like... You know what I mean? And down on the D-pad is the spot button, possibly. Okay. I'm gonna go back this way. Don't see anybody at the moment. Sprinkler's broken. Oh crap. Did I hit somebody? Oh crap. You know what? Screw you guys. Come on around this corner. I dare you. I dare you. Oh crap. Yeah, I'm down. We both had the same idea. Got into a shield fight. If you crouch, you're more protected. Okay, cool, cool. Grenade! Can't even see what's going on down there. Feel like they're gonna get smart and go around eventually. But maybe I go this way. Oh crap, yep. They're coming this way. The Billy Badass guy got me. Oh, Billy. Anybody with the medic? If you're just joining the stream, guys, welcome. We're playing some Battlefield 2042. And maybe I get up here. Making sure there's no one around here. Got him. Got him.
Russian attack at one of our objectives.
Grenade time. Boom. Somebody's coughing. Who's coughing? My bad, my bad, my bad. Oh, just punched my microphone. Oh crap. Oh dang. I tried. I tried so hard and got so far. In the end, it didn't even matter. Some Linkin Park. Okay, let's spawn on him. Let's go with this guy. It's me and you, buddy. Maybe I go first? I got a shield, bro. I'll go first.
They've expended roughly 50% of their resources.
That's good. Hey! Oh crap. Got him. Oh crap. Dang! I tried. Oh, I'm back. Dang it, I'm dead. That didn't last long. I thought we were good, but nope. Okay, what we shooting at? Just looking around, making sure there's no one sneaking around here.
Sector Delta has fallen to hostiles.
Sector D. Hey, buddy, you're about to get it. Grenade! Nice, I think I hit somebody. Oh! Shield fight! Yeah! What I'm talking about. Grenade! We're going in! How do we get past here? Okay, I'm gonna just pop over here. Put this on real quick. Reload. I'll reload in the corner. Don't mind me. sneaking around. We sneaking around. Oh, goodness. Oh, I can't even see where I'm going. Oh, crap. Ooh. $12.41 right now? Dang. Request. Oh man, I'm not getting revived. Look at all those grenades in there. Holy crap.
Enemy has majority control.
Has majority. They have the majority now? Maybe? Wait, can I switch my guns? I'm gonna go with the I'll go with this one. Yeah, deploy. We're switching up our guns, guys. Grenade! Oh crap. Ooh. Ooh. Anyone want to help? Oh, nope, that's a lot of grenades. That's a lot of grenades, guys. Okay, I still got a shield with this one, right? Yeah, this class is just a different gun. Same class, just a different gun. I'm hearing so much. Oh man, maybe if I could shoot. Jesus. If I leave game, what happens? Do I get penalized? I got some experience from that. How much did I earn? Do I get experience if I leave the game? I think. But guys, thank you for tuning in. It's getting late, and last night I stayed up way too late, so I'm gonna have to call it quits a little bit early. But thank you guys for subscribing. Got a lot of new subscribers tonight. I will be back on tomorrow around the same time, so feel free to tune in then. I'll be playing some more games, probably reacting to some more new stuff. So if you want to see more of that, subscribe. Thank you for liking the video, guys. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for the super chats, everybody. And thank you for the new members in the chat. I think we got a couple new members tonight. Oh, thank you again, Shadowglocks, for the donations and becoming a member. And yeah, thanks for popping in, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We're going to end that poll real quick. This video had 44,000 views, almost 45,000 views. That's pretty crazy. But thank you guys so much for the support. I'll be back on tomorrow night, so hopefully I will see most of you then. So yeah, thanks for watching, and remember, keep calm and game on. Toodles!